All right, let me know when we're good.
We're all set.
We're up?
Yep.
All right, good morning, everyone. Good Monday morning. Pretty big show today. Mike's here, Coleman's here, Coleman's here, I'm here. Busy week. Got 4 more shows this week. I think 4 shows next week, and then we'll see where we're at. We teased an announcement, so here it is. We don't have any.
A triangle.
What was that?
Want to get you a little drum roll real quick.
We don't need that, Coleman.
Okay. All right.
You don't ever need that again. I appreciate it.
The sound was so integral last time he was in that he figured, why not?
Big announcement. Who knows?
It's not that. Well, it's big. It's big for the company, I think. Well, Dave, do we have any other details or?
The details that I gave you is what we
have.
have.
Mike today, Mike. That's exciting. I forgot. There's only 4 people here. What's that, Dave?
Details that you have is what I have currently.
So we have nothing specific. I mean, nothing. No announcement. I mean, no dates. I mean, no. Do we know what we're doing with this yet?
We know it's going to be operational. We know you can pull it off. We know.
But I'm saying we don't have any specifics, like where to go, when to do it.
Oh, right. They're building a website and all that stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. So I think we're the first ones outside of the main bar, so whether it's Rough and Rowdy or some other stuff. The Saco show a week from Saturday, which is the 30th of September, right? Yeah. Saturday, the 30th of September, is a Barstool pay-per-view extravaganza, Mike.
Ooh, I can watch. That's exciting.
Watch. Oh, that's true. Yeah, it'd be nice of you to. Thanks a lot.
Yes, excellent.
Yes, we know how much it'll be. It'll be reasonable. So it's a big moment for the Minifans, honestly. So this is going to be goodbye to Coney. We're going to announce a new producer at that show. That's for sure. So if you're watching now, if you're listening later, whatever, we'll have more details as the week goes on. This is a moment for the Minifans to step up. The Barstool people always say, the Minifans, this, that. This is your moment right here to show them that we matter. Reach in your wallet and spend a couple of bucks or the bucket, as Bruce would say, and support the show and support Barstool. And it's worth it too, because like I said, it's gonna be a big night. We'll have some extra stuff. I don't know when it's gonna start. I don't know how much it's gonna cost. I don't know anything yet. We will know more when, Dave.
Definitely by when are we back? Wednesday show? I think Wednesday show the website will likely be.
We'll have
closed.
details on Wednesday, so probably Thursday or Friday we're gonna put them on sale. I don't know how long it's going to go. Do we have any idea how long it'll be available after the show?
I think it's the following Wednesday.
Okay, so there you go. So we're gonna name the producer. We're gonna say goodbye to Coney. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff. There'll be some special guests, some videos, all the usual stuff. But if you're a fan of this show, you're gonna want to watch it because this is what you've been listening for the last month. Who's gonna get the job? And Barstool's putting a lot of faith in the show. I mean, they know we have a loyal audience, so it's time to show it. I don't know what to anticipate in terms of buys. If it's 300 people, 3,000, I have absolutely no idea. I'll say this, though. If there are 5,000 buys, Mike, that's it, wow. 5,000 buys at whatever it's going to be, we will go 4 days a week. That is what we're going to do. It's not my contract. My contract's 3 days a week. I'll show it to you. But we go 5,000, we'll go 4 days a week. Any more than that, we'll have a conversation. But that's my goal. Maybe they want 50. I have no idea. But that's what we're going to do. We'll know more as the week goes on. But if you didn't have a ticket to Saco, if you're from, I hear people all the time, I'm from North Carolina, I'm from Idaho, I'm from Texas, I'm from California. This is your chance. And by the way, I think it'll be interesting. I don't know if I talked about this the other day, but I think it's interesting going forward to even next year. If we're on the road somewhere, we talked about this, Mike. If we're in the middle of the country, and we're doing a show in Michigan, or we're doing a show in Iowa, you want to spend $3.99 or $6.99 to watch us for a night? If this goes well, we'll do more of that.
Right.
So we are absolutely the test dummy because I think it's only been Rough and Rowdy and the
anniversary,
thing a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first.
You think they'll do it that way on YouTube, like YouTube?
I don't know.
Memberships or whatever.
What do you think, Dave? I don't know.
I think YouTube was a mistake for the award show, so I think it'll be direct to Barstool.
Okay. Direct to Barstool. Okay. Yeah. So Dave's working on it. Julie's working on it. We have a call tomorrow, and then I think I'll know more. All I know is that it's going to Barstool. It's basically a Barstool production on that end when we're up there. Obviously, they're not going to tell us what to do show-wise. It's going to be our show, but they're going to have a bunch of Barstool people there up in Saco. And the people going to Saco will still be a different experience for you. I'll get there earlier. I'll say hello. We'll do a bunch of stuff, do some stuff beforehand. But the people get to jump in. And I don't know how it's going to go. I don't think anybody knows. Like I was talking to Jeff yesterday and Riggs, and we're sort of the test dummies here. So, and we're doing it in the middle of nowhere in Saco and. On a Saturday night, it could be lousy weather. It could be anything. But we'll see how it goes. So, off we go. I think it's an interesting business experiment for this show.
And I would think...
Something I probably wouldn't have been super open to, say, a year ago or 2 years ago. But like I get the landscape now. I want to help Dave out and I want to help the company out. I always did, but even more now. So I'm like, let's do it. And if it makes the company 40 grand after we pay, great. 50, like, we're helping out. I think we're a unique show in that, like I've always said, there are other shows that have bigger audiences, but we're unique in that people, I think, will pay for this. So, and I hope so. And it would mean a lot to me. Now, and I feel like I don't ask. We do live shows, but I don't generally ask, this for a lot money-wise. I'm never like, do this. Merch, I tell people not to do it. I tell people if they want to do something, don't do it. This one, I'd like them, if you're on the fence, to go give it, for us, for the show, to give it a buy. I'm gonna be fucking humping this for the next 2 weeks, just because I think it's important to the company and to the show. So go ahead, Mike.
I would imagine it's incentive too. If you're talking about going to like the Midwest or West Coast, I would imagine they'll be able to tell where people are buying shit. So if you have 2,000 buys in Ohio, you're like, well, we got to go there.
Right. Yeah, even like 800 in North Carolina or something.
So if you live in a weird place, step up.
Yeah, yes. So go do that. Help us out. Help our and I think, look, you're a fan of the show. It's gonna be a great night. We're gonna name the end of that. We're gonna have the. Do we have a hard out for that pay-per-view wise or no?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
So-
I think they're thinking around like the normal show is like 2 hours that night.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay, good. So there you go. So that's the big announcement. Did you tweet it out, Dave, or did I don't know, the DC tweets? I don't want to get away with anything. Huh?
It's in progress.
Is it okay? Yeah, I don't want to get away if you're handling the Twitter account, which has been fantastic. So there you go. And Dave's been working hard on this. So Saco a week from Saturday is like Over the Edge 1998 or SummerSlam 1996, Mike, or Larry Holmes versus Mike Tyson, or the pornographic films I used to watch on pay-per-view as a kid.
Okay.
Downstairs at our house in Winchester for about a year or two, for some reason we got on it was not the upstairs TV, just the downstairs one. We got pay-per-view movies for free for a while.
The classic, yes.
It's very
Was it
weird.
the staticky channels I hear about?
But they came in fine. It was very weird. And we'd get pay-per-views like a day later. Like we would get the replay of them. We wouldn't get the original one.
Really?
Like we'd get like WWE or boxing. But we'd also get the porn channel.
That's going to be like where you're like, don't move anything.
Yeah, nothing.
Like, we don't
And
wanna
one
fuck
day it
this
just
up.
went away. We came home one day and it was gone. But this one you have to pay for, I think. So please do that and help us out. I'm actually very excited. So I'll be interested to see. Interesting business experiment for us. So we'll see if the Minifans who, talk a big game. Let's see if they back it up and show Barstool, like, and show these, the people who hate us there and the people who like us there. Like, send a message here. Let's have a big day, and then you get more stuff going forward. And it's, this one will probably be, I would say, closer to $10. But I think going forward, those ones across the country we've already done, I think they'll be closer to $5-6, which I still think is a pretty reasonable price.
But that a lot of them that I've seen, it'll be generally 20 or 25.
Yeah, we're not doing that, Dave.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I recommended 15 area, right?
Right. Well, I'm sure you did. But yeah, so there you go. We'll figure it out. So anyway.
I think too with the
Coleman's weighing in on this one.
No,
The people are wondering about this.
the Barstool comedy scene exploding too. Like, as that continues to build, comedy specials can be done through Barstool. You can do it through a pay-per-view.
Interesting idea, Coleman.
Yeah,
True.
I think
True.
it's a good.
Coleman, I
moment
never
for
thought
them.
of that. It's a good idea. Mike.
It's a great
Coleman's
idea.
on top of it. I like it.
That someone
bye,
could have
bye,
had
bye.
years ago.
There you go. Yeah, get moving. Coleman's trying to sell this comedy stuff. I'm trying to sell my show.
No.
The hell
Kirk
he's
show
doing.
first. We'll see
Coleman's
where it
worried
goes.
about, a Little Sass's comedy special.
Yes.
But yeah, who knows?
This
Anyway,
show's going to be the #1. Let's
that
go.
boy,
Kirk show first.
that boy. Coleman, fresh off almost a big upset victory for BC, Mike.
Yes, almost.
Well, how nervous were the bros during that game?
To be honest, once we went down, it was before we went on the stretch where I think it was like 18 or 19 unanswered points. It started to feel like a typical BC loss. And by that, I mean big buildup, big comeback, high heartbreaking disappointment by the end of it.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's what you come to expect as an Eagle. So
A million penalties, yeah.
Exactly,
Tough
exactly.
loss. Tough loss. So yeah, there we go with that. So yeah, Mike will not be there, but he will be purchasing the
watching.
pay-per-view. Where are you going to be?
Be high in a bathroom somewhere watching.
Houston? No, where are you? Not in Texas.
Nevada. Las Vegas, Nevada.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. So yeah. Anyway, so what's going on, boys? Dave, do you have anything? Coleman, what do you guys want to start with?
Dave, do you have any? Okay, cool. So I saw the Minifan show dropped a episode last night. Did you check that?
I did, Coleman. I did. Yeah, I did. Well, I was bludgeoned. Oh, it is cool. But I was bludgeoned by Coleman's tweets about it from the show account. He had the last 2 tweets from the Kirk Minifan show Twitter account were about the Minifan show over like 14 hours.
Well, there hasn't been a show, so he's going to talk about something.
It was. I mean,
10 p.m.
I
and
thought
like
it was
7.
Okay. What time is it now?
9:30.
Okay, so 2 over the last 12 hours. Now we're about that.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like people are sleeping at 10 o'clock when it gets released, and then the next tweet is just like,
but why are we promoting? What do we care?
I mean, we don't have to, but it's content around your universe that I thought you would.
Well, anyway, you're friends with those guys. So I thought MHB was fine, and I thought DC was dreadful. Like I didn't really understand the bit.
Back to the old ways.
Did you listen to it or no?
No.
Oh, I listened. Did you listen to it, Dave, or no? I'm sure you did.
Yes.
Am I wrong or no?
Yeah, I just thought it was awkward all around. Like I thought the idea was fine, but then
no
if they
problem
don't listen, they don't listen.
Well,
so
MHB listens. You can tell he's still listening. DC is pretending or doesn't listen, and they were doing this bit. It was just endless, like terrible bit. I thought it was terrible. Like I thought MHB was good. MHB is good.
Well, he seems to be back into the show.
Yeah.
Oh, he's tweeting. I saw him tweeting about the top 50.
Yeah, well, he's bitter he's not in it, but like you left for like 2.5 years. Like he's not in it.
I would think you'd be in there. The thing that hurts him is
I would put Snell over him.
There's people that have been listening for 3 years that legitimately might not know who MHB is.
Of course, I would put Snell over him. I would put Mayo over him.
He was in studio once. The poetry stuff.
Yeah, but it was very brief.
The Parcells Belichick thing.
Yeah, we're talking 3 years ago. That's all.
Sure.
That's all. Whatchamacallit? Red 13.
Well, I'll go back to JJ being in the discussion. I would put MHB over JJ any day of the week.
Same.
That's ridiculous.
JJ's been around longer than MHB was.
Outrageous.
And these guys, DC said again, they kept my name alive. I'm like, you really didn't.
That's a weird thing for them to keep going back.
Well, MHB then, but DC's like, well, Kirk was. I'm like, you think I wouldn't have signed this deal? Like, I wouldn't be here today. Like, I appreciate it. I liked it. You know, I like those guys, and I'm glad they're back. If they want to do a recap thing, I just found it to be like they had this bit going. Do you have any sound of it, Cole?
Yeah, I have the whole thing clipped up. So was there anything in particular, any part of it that you thought
I don't
was
know.
more
Just DC
interesting?
kept doing the thing where like he clearly doesn't listen to the show anymore. That's the joke.
Yeah.
And they were also trying to do a bit where they acted like they hadn't taken a break, but then they stopped doing that during
they're like
middle.
the feed is still there. You can run
Yeah,
through
and they were like, yeah, we did this. We didn't stop doing it. And it was just, but they wouldn't. I didn't really understand it. I didn't get it. And then DEC said that I should hire Jimmy Stewart as the producer of the show.
Why not?
Because they both like wrestling.
He and I would have some tension.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like I don't even really understand it. So yeah, I don't know. Do we have an update on? You want to call Maserati again, Dave?
Sure.
Let's call him because I want to get an update on this potential lawsuit.
The only thing that shocked me out of that was the daddy's money comment. When he said, keep spending daddy's money or whatever he said.
I know he's very upset about that.
That was surprising.
Well, he probably grew up, blue collar. He's jealous, I guess. I understand that. I feel like I've earned my living. I don't know how many people have signed 3 contracts the last 4 years at Barstool for a raise each time. I'm guessing not many.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless.
I think you've been
Want
blocked.
to try a different number, Dave? All right. Your sources have told me that Tony's not particularly playful about this. I won't give up my sources.
We'll leave that to the side for now.
Thank you, Mike. We got to tear down this wall, though, between Tony and I. But again, I will not give up my sources.
You had a decent relationship before all this.
Fine. Like, it wasn't, I didn't know him very well. Every time I saw him, we had a nice exchange.
Yeah.
I saw him at the Super Bowl in Minneapolis. We each had a soft pretzel. We had a nice talk.
Because before the daddy's money comment, I thought maybe he just thought it was someone fucking with him. Like he didn't know who it was.
I actually
and
thought,
then that confirmed.
I even still thought that was possible, though. I thought he might have been just you've been like you little boy
You're a
in
little,
mom's
yeah,
basement.
right. Interesting.
I actually still think that. I feel like just sending him different rumors now, though.
Give me his number. I'll text.
Can you get a different number here, Dave?
I'm just giving, yeah.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless.
blocked
The
everyone.
number you dialed has been
He doesn't
changed.
have a phone anymore.
It's been changed, did he say?
Change.
Oh, poor Tony. You changed the number.
That's a big move to change your phone number.
Well, I know what number hasn't changed. 617-779-0985. Let's get to the bottom of this. I know it's a busy day with that Patriots game last night, but if you can
Yes.
sneak in this week, that would be great.
I didn't have my headphones on there, so I apologize if I missed this. Have you given him any information that you think he brought on air over the past year and a half?
Well, if you remember the beginning of it, the beginning of the relationship was this. He got hired by Nesson to do those games a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, right, at the beginning of the season. So at that time, I was like, oh, why not? I have his number. I changed it. Like, I don't. So I texted him and said, hey, this is Linda Pizzuti. I'll go back to the original. I don't want to disparage the. By the way, like that's number one more like sports radio show in America right now.
Right.
One of the hosts is threatening to sue me. And like this weekend when I see people, all they are is like, oh, you should hire this guy as a producer. You shouldn't have this. They don't even care. I'm like, do you want to talk? I'm like, do you want to talk about this fucking
honest,
lawsuit?
I agree. I forgot about
that.
that.
Even like, yeah, I kind of get it. But it's kind of wild. Yeah. Let me see here.
Not even a blog about it by anybody in the sports media. Not even a tweet about it. Not even.
I mean, come on. What, you think they were going to do?
They didn't talk about it at all. It wasn't like he reported something. And the thing I thought was weird is that he went on air and was like, "Don't believe anything." Now, even if they hire Theo Epstein, don't believe it.
Right, it's true. March 2nd, 2022. So they make the announcement. This is at 12:55 p.m. And I'm like, why not? Like, might as well have some. See how because I know Tony's dumb. So I'm like, maybe he's this dumb.
Okay.
So I did the Tony. This is Linda Pizzuti. Are you planning on addressing this on your show today? If so, we should discuss. That is, discuss.
Not on the phone,
yeah.
but.
Well, no, but he called me. He's like, just tried you. So sorry for the delay. I spoke with Casey Blossom and Nesson. Just addressing it in a very vague fashion. No specifics. Acknowledging I've been having discussions in an audition. That's about it. I'm in a meeting, Linda says to him. What's the situation? Okay, I'll let you deal with Casey. And then I said, when he got hired, this was then, welcome to the team, 2 exclamation points for me. I figure women do that.
That's a great move.
What's that called?
Seriously, the 2 exclamation points?
Yeah,
that is a typical girl move.
Yeah, men shouldn't
Winking,
do that.
kissy face.
Right, yeah, right. Emoji, laughing emoji. You must be excited. I am very kind of you to reach out. Would love to talk sometime. Sure, we'll talk at some point for sure. So this is on the air, 2 o'clock. It would be helpful if you mentioned how good Nesson has been during all this. We take a lot of heat, but to have an occasional critic of ours in the booth is a good thing. We take a beating a lot, so if you could throw it in, that'd be helpful. Either way, welcome! Exclamation point. Thumbs up from Tony. Not sure if he had any of that. Hope it was all okay. So basically, he did that. He basically was like, at some point, was like, I just want to say how great Nesson was during the Red Sox take a lot of heat. He basically said verbatim. If you remember, we did it. So yeah, that was kind of the beginning of our relationship. Then, certain things like he would, when he got January, he said, so hope we get to meet at some point. I was sorry that he lost the job there. Then the next one was, hey Tony, this was just August 1st. Hey Tony, my nephew Dave is a huge fan. I was hoping you could send a quick video for him. Hope all is well. I'd be happy to. How old is he? Can you tell me a little bit about him? He's 16, has serious developmental issues, but is a huge fan of the show.
Yes.
If you could just say, hi Dave, Tony Mazz, keep up the fight, or something like that would mean so much. I can't thank you enough. So there you go.
You responded, eggplant, firework.
So, of course, tying into all of this is that Colin tried to get Maserati fired. He's not upset about that. But, he's upset about it. I can't win.
That's right. You tried your best to stop this menace from taking him down.
I sure did.
And he doesn't give you props.
No credit.
It's disappointing.
So, very funny. So, no updates on that. I don't think there's going to be a lawsuit. Though I don't know. Maybe changing his number is maybe his lawyer advised him to do that as start a legal process. Everyone
in his life now he has to text everybody and be like, this is Tony Mazz's phone. Sorry, a fake Linda Pizzuti was.
Right. Like I ever bought, like I didn't. He texted me. I didn't text him like a year and a half. So there you go. That's very funny.
Was there part when the first time he called you? Was there part of you that wanted to go?
I did. I thought about it too. It was who did I do that to right away? They're like, is this Kirk? Remember who was that?
Shaughnessy?
No, it was somebody else. Oh, it was Jim Browdy. I was trying to get him on. No. It was Mark Shanahan from the Globe. I was trying to get him on something. I forget what it was.
Oh, and you took the call.
Yeah.
Yeah. I vaguely remember this.
Yeah, I'm like, how you doing? He's like, Kirk, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, how would it? But like, I was texting with somebody back and forth. I'm not going to say who. That may work with Tony, may not. I don't know. Who knows? I was like, boy, if Tony just like came on the air with us and laughed and made fun of us, like it'd be great. But he's not. He's not going to. Obviously, he's crazy. So put it this way: if you're out there, you can snap Tony pretty easily. So, but anyway, the Minifan show is back. Dave's excited. I guess you don't work there. I don't know. So
that'd be great.
They stole many of our advertisers before. What jumped out of you, Coleman?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
No,
yes. McMahon.
To be honest, it was actually kind of interesting for me because having listened back to some of those older ones, like those were 2 names that were being thrown around a lot.
Right.
So it was kind of cool to all of a sudden just have them back in this world.
Yeah.
They ran through the whole producer search. They brought up a couple times that they had tried interacting with you on Twitter on stuff. And like you said, there was that.
They
whole,
did.
So I have one here.
MHB.
There was, I think,
DC helped us out. He actually almost got us banned for life from Portland.
Yeah, why would you boo that?
I think we're in a pretty good spot right now. Go ahead.
I'm not exactly sure if this is something that you would like to talk about, but they brought it up, and I thought it could be interesting. So
There's some great stories about when Kirk was investigating that I hope he tells one day, because there's one in particular of him getting threatened with the police coming to a construction company and him getting chased out by the construction manager. It's great. I hope that he kind of dives into an anatomy of a failed investigation, because I think it's worthwhile.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. What
I'm trying to remember.
About,
He's talking about the Marty Walshing. I don't remember.
Okay.
I listened to that. He had some. Why are my posts not loading on my Twitter account, Dave? Do we have any idea?
Twitter was acting up for me a little bit earlier this morning.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Blame Elon.
What's up?
Elon's fault.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. It was just a Marty Walsh investigation, and
Friend of the company now. Marty Walsh.
that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, he probably. I did bring up something. I just don't forget. I forget. There's some crazy guy. I just forget what it was, but he did mention that.
Okay.
MHP's a good guy. He's
always liked
crazy.
him.
He's a complete hothead. But like, I don't dedicate too much time to that show today. But I'm glad they're back. If they want to do a recap show, they can do whatever show they want. But when they're doing like the remember when thing that DEC was trying to do, and you're kind of like, well, all right. I mean, it's over. Like I talk about EI once in a while, but it's when things are relevant. They're like talking about the old days where they recap something that I don't know. It didn't quite work for
It's
them.
also a major, like this producer search thing. Like people are really into it.
Yeah.
So like to not know anything about it
Yeah,
whatsoever.
he didn't, clearly.
Right.
Or he's pretending, which is even dumber. Like, either way, it's dumb. But yeah, go ahead, Coleman. What do you say?
Well, I also think in regards to the producer search, it's kind of something like original Barstool going through their intern process. I feel like that's kind of lost its way at Barstool a bit, and we don't really see as much of the interns as we used to. So
Right.
going through an entire producer search for a show kind of brings back those vibes, and you get moments like that. So
Right.
I think that's why you're getting maybe even an influx of Barstool fans
Maybe.
really hyped about this.
People that missed the blind Mike interview.
Exactly,
You know,
yeah.
things
Sure,
like
of course.
that.
Who could forget?
Big moments.
Who could forget? So I don't know. But yeah, it was fine. I'm glad they're back, whatever. I mean, who knows if they'll leave and come back, but I'm not particularly concerned about it. I was happy for my guy Biz, though, and for Ryan Whitney, and they fought the mainstream media. They fought RA, who was against them famously on the radio the other day. I mean, they battled everybody. It turns out they were right. And, Babcock resigned or was fired, whatever, yesterday. It's still like the mainstream media won't really. That one woman deleted her tweet, and then she had a tweet after where she's like, yeah, I guess they're right, but I hope they worry about the other toxic stuff as well. And it's just like, you just want the mainstream media to just say, like, we fucked up. They were right. Like, whatever. Like, I still don't really like them that much, but they were exactly right and we were exactly wrong. But that's never going to happen.
Right. I didn't understand. I tweeted this. I don't know if this is the one that got deleted, but I said, like, the woman that said, consider the source. I was like, Bill Cosby got exposed at a stand-up show.
Right.
Should we have all been like, hey, guys, people were laughing there. We shouldn't pay
But
attention.
I saw that, and actually, I kind of disagree in a way in that, like you should consider the source. Like Hannibal Buress a great source,
But- Sure.
Biz is a great source. Like
what I
the
mean is
thing.
more because it's on a comedy show. You shouldn't, not
Right.
a comedy show, but like they get
Yeah,
silly
yeah.
and shit. Because of that, you shouldn't take it seriously.
Right. But who's a better source than Hannibal Buress? And he heard it for years in that world. Like same with Biz. Like I know
That's
what
where
you
I think
mean.
the comparison's good too. Where
Right,
they're
right.
like, Biz is literally on fucking NBC or TBS,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
all the players talk to them. Like
Yeah.
that's the. I had no doubt they were right. I didn't think they were going to be callous about it. I knew they were taking it seriously, and it turns out they were exactly right. This guy resigned yesterday, or was fired, whatever. Basically, was fired, and now people are kind of doing a thing where it's like, well, I saw some people they still do this thing where they do the asterisk instead of the A and Barstool and just
Barstool.
yeah, you're like they got it right. Like, can you just fucking say they got it right? Like the world will go on. Like Barstool happened to get something right. They were ahead of it. And this liberal beat writers in hockey who hate us, like when something like this happens and Barstool does something good, they won't give them credit for that. They'll still,
Which discredits that. What they should do is when Barstool does something right, be like, hey, they actually got one right. This was one. And because
Exactly.
now when they criticize them, people are just like, oh, you're just people that criticize Barstool. Who gives a fuck?
Exactly. So yeah. I don't know. What else, guys?
I was just going to say my main takeaway from that was that Mark Madden Witt interaction on Twitter.
Yeah, Mark
I
Madden's
mean, what a loser.
Mark Madden's a piece of
Bozo.
shit.
Yeah.
We went after him years ago on the old show. Absolute asshole. Like just a
At the beginning of this show, too. He got it.
Yes, yeah. He's just a lonely, fucking pathetic loser who's going to die completely alone. He was going out with Witten. whatever. But yeah, I mean, and he might have had the most wrong tweet of all about them. Like he literally was like, they're being fed stuff by anti-Babcock people and they're going to have to apologize. And like, it was exactly wrong. So
yeah, the not
people
sure what the fallout's going to be
Yeah.
probably zero. Like, shut the fuck up. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I would just say like really consider the source on stories like that because they don't do a lot of that. That's the other thing.
Right.
Like
I guess that's more what I meant. Is it's looked at
yeah.
as like a silly, why would you believe them show? But they both played in the NHL,
Right.
You know?
And they have more sources than anybody. They
Right.
talk to players all the time. So yeah, I was happy for those guys. It was a good win for Barstool yesterday.
Did you check out the out of order skit on that? I thought that
Yeah, it was
actually
funny.
came together pretty well.
That was pretty funny. Yeah. Feilerberg's and Tommy. Feilerberg's a very funny guy. That was a good one. I did enjoy that. Yeah. What else?
Any thoughts on Pats at all? Starting out 0-2, first time since 2001.
Not really.
Yep, cool.
Not really. Oh, I mean, I didn't watch a lot of it, if I'm being honest, but it seemed like it was. I don't know. I didn't. Did you watch the game, Mike? Or no?
I did.
Yeah, the whole thing.
I went to bed. I put it on. I have YouTube TV on my phone, so I fell asleep to it. But
yeah. How was the?
They didn't capitalize on big spots. Christian Gonzalez gets a pick.
Yeah.
They do nothing. 3 and out.
Seems like people are very down on them. Now, last week I think there was some good feeling, some goodwill. Like, they play well. They kind of gave it away. There was a good defense. Yesterday seems like sort of people seem bummed out about this.
I don't think Mac Jones is a big game quarterback.
Is that right?
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, is it going to be like a 5-12 year?
No.
Like 7-10?
They'll be okay.
Yeah.
9 and 8.
I think it means they got to go 9-6.
Yeah.
Okay, the rest of the way though. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, that's they're in Dallas next. Is that right?
Oh, boy.
I'm not sure actually.
Okay.
That's tough.
Yeah, I think they play. I think they're in Dallas soon. I could be wrong. Yeah, that's not going to be. Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, I see.
Yeah,
It's
that's a tough start to the fucking year.
Jets
Those
next.
are 3 good teams.
What Jets?
Cowboys.
Yeah, so they have the Jets
Eagles.
this week.
Yeah,
in
Jets,
New York. They were home the first time. So I
Yes.
presume they're in New York. They should win that game. I would think.
But theoretically, that would have been 4 tough games
Yeah.
to start the
If they
season.
lose that game on Sunday, you're looking at 0-4.
Good defense. I wouldn't let it hold it against anything.
Wouldn't hold what against anything?
If you lose to that good of a defense, like I
What, the
seriously-
Jets?
Yeah, the Jets.
They're
have a great
0-3
defense.
then. The season's over.
No, they won the first one.
Who did? I'm saying the Patriots. If the
Oh,
Patriots
yeah.
lose, they're
Oh,
0-3.
100%,
Fuck,
yeah.
Then they're going to lose in Dallas, probably, right?
Yeah,
And they're 0-4.
Another great D. Yeah.
You fire Belichick, I think. What do you think of that, Mike?
I'll tell you what I like about this segment is how much you would have ripped Mick apart if he brought up the
I know.
Patriots.
He's a nice
like,
guy, though.
Let's get over it. Let's
He's a
move
nice
on.
guy, though.
Let's move on. We're good.
But here,
quick little
again,
tidbit.
it's not a double standard. Again, Mick makes things up.
Right.
This is who he is. I get no problem with that, whether it's Coleman or these other guys.
I think Coleman ranked very high on my Steve.
Oh, we'll get there. Don't worry.
My
We'll get
Steve
there.
Units the
We'll
other
get there, Mike. I know. Believe me. We'll get there. Mike's very excited. He's obviously selling this somewhere.
You can get Steve Units shirts at blindmike.net.
Let me just say one other thing is Idiot Clemmer, this moron, tweeting out Belichick's record without Brady and with Brady. And I said tweeted out Shula's record with Marino without Marino.
Wow.
Is proof that Shula had Bob Greasy and Johnny Unitas as quarterbacks.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm not saying, look, obviously, but that's like a final sports take. Maybe. We'll see. We'll take some calls later, maybe. But like, no shit, like a guy's a better coach than a great quarterback. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? That's how the league works.
And when you have a dynasty for 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not,
and they
Belichick's,
have a couple down years.
Belichick's fucking the greatest. Anyway, what else, Coleman? Or Dave. Dave, you have anything or no?
Yeah, sure. Did you see Stu Feiner, by the way, backing up everything we've said on this show for the last year and a half about the OnlyFans of the world and the cameos of the world?
I did see
that
you
Dave
seem upset
Portnoy-
about this. What was
Yeah.
going on?
He was basically saying that what we've said, why are you giving away money to other companies when you could keep it in-house, basically? So
Right.
if Frank the Tank is the #1 guy on Cameo, why are you feeding 30% to Cameo? Why are these girls making $100,000 a month and giving 30% to OnlyFans? Why isn't it to Dave Portnoy?
Coleman, what's your take on that as a guy who was
back in
let
the
go of the
car.
company?
Coleman just fucking sat there and watched Frank the Tank wish happy birthday to Susie from the fucking Rundown set.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
just saying, all those people just sit there and watch Frank the Tank do that at
listen,
11:30 in the morning
back in Dave's
the middle of the
SUV.
office.
Looking at the GPS on my phone, seeing how much time we have left.
I say, what are we doing here?
Listen, it's a tough spot to be in because I think that there is an aspect of Barstool where Dave kind of wants you to go out and do your own thing. Now, when you attach money to that, it is a different question. It is a hard question to answer. It's something that Dave would have to answer.
He doesn't seem
for the
particularly,
benefit of
still doesn't seem particularly concerned about that. Now, again, as
That's
I
what-
said the
that's
other
what it was,
day, and
yeah.
people were, and Mike was on, he was wrong. double standard Dave. He treats the women differently. Dave said it to me. He treats women differently than the men.
Yeah, but I think it's the ranking system more than that.
Kelly Keegs?
Yeah, in Dave's mind, Kelly Keys is much higher than Chris Clemmer, as are were the Mean Girls.
I guess. I mean, Jordan Woodruff. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I
I mean, they're gone
that.
now though. So.
Well, no, but Kelly Keegs isn't. She's still on there, right?
They consider her I mean, she's been there a long time.
She's a blogger.
That
though.
shit matter. That's what the company is. I don't know. What can I tell you?
Well, I'm not. I don't
Clemmer.
blog. I mean, I'm just, it's. I'm a.
No, but the Dave, that shit's important.
No. If a guy he didn't like was doing that and making a bunch of money, he'd be worked up. No question.
Well, Frank is.
Yeah, but Frank is like Frank again. Do I have to say it? I don't want to say
I
it.
understand.
I mean,
But I think it's more about if he found out Clemmer was doing it, then he would use it against Clemmer.
Well, especially now.
It's more if if he had an issue with Kelly Keys, then he would bring that up. I think. I think he saves it in his back pocket.
We'll see. Anyway, but yeah, I don't.
I mean, yeah. Let's say Clemmer was charging, some kind of service where he was putting out the tour of New
videos
York,
or something
on
They
Patreon or something.
Yeah, you should do that. I'd definitely subscribe.
But is that something that Dave then?
Well, now he would,
get
of course.
pissed about?
Well, yeah, because he's in his crosshairs. Yeah. Or if he found out that, Smitty or something, like an enemy, somebody, somebody he hates, Also, if I was doing it, he'd be like, "Oh, Kirk Minifan went after everybody, and now we secretly." I could see that for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But whatever. I don't know. But yeah, Stu. I mean, Stu's insane though, Dave. What's your point?
No, he agrees that now that Dave owns the company, why are you just giving away money to other
where
platforms?
did he say this on the Advisors?
He said it on
show?
Advisors. Yeah.
Okay, what did he say?
The same. You have to cut if you want to go to the Barstool Advisors Twitter, but.
It's fine. Did you say that?
Yeah, he basically just
What did
said
Dave
all
say?
these people.
Dave was there. Right?
He was like he was thinking about it, and he was kind of to your point. He really doesn't care that much.
But again, if he wants to, I mean, why shouldn't Dave take? We said this. We agreed on this. Dave should take a third of that, 20%, whatever is reasonable. Like this pay-per-view event, which is happening a week from Saturday, Barstool's taking a nice, healthy slate, as they should. They're producing it. They're doing it. Kelly Keegs would be nowhere without Barstool. Right. Of course, if Dave went in and said, "Hey, get rid of it," or that's reasonable to me.
I wonder how much that would fuck Frank, like long term financially. If he did bring it in house, it probably would, because people are probably just scrolling through.
If you take it in house, you should just say, I'm getting a kickback for everyone you do. You're nothing without me, or go on your own. Like good luck on your own. Which Frank may be at the point now where he could do that. I don't know.
When you say long term, do you think Frank has like a Roth IRA set up, like he's being responsible with all
he was
the
a state
income?
employee for a long time. He probably does actually. He's probably
how many people are ordering that just by clicking the link from Frank directly? Are any of them just kind of scrolling Cameo? That's what I don't know.
I don't know.
He's a big name. Fantasy football season, your draft. I mean, you're going to Frank the Tank.
Frank's a star. There's no question of
King of
Frank.
New York.
There's no doubt. I'm not sure why, but he's a star. I don't quite get it, but anyway, what else?
I do have that Advisors clip. If you
That's
want
right. We'll move past it.
Did you happen to see this spat going on between Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman and
Terrell Owens
Yeah.
got involved in this. I did. I quote tweeted this weekend. Yeah, I don't like Stephen A. We have a history. I'm not a big Terrell Owens guy either, and I don't like Max Kellerman either. So I don't really know
Whose side do you take?
But the take is that from some people in the black communities that Max is more black than Stephen A. Smith. Have you seen this?
That's what T.O.
That's what T.O. is saying, right? Yeah. Which I think he is.
You think so?
Yeah.
In what way? In what respect?
I think
that
Max.
clip if we want.
Yeah, well, I think Max's parents are black and Stephen A.'s parents are white.
Oh, well, that does make a big, you know what? Now that I'm factoring that in, it does make a big difference.
Yeah, and Stephen A.'s a pussy. He hung up on us over the Floyd Mayweather thing. And I remember Joey Zarbano years ago was like, "Can you call him?" So he gave me his number. I called him. And like on the phone, he was kind of a puss. And people forget, I tried out for that job.
Right.
So
as Linda Pizzuti, though, it was kind of unfair
that's true.
when you called him.
That is true. Yes. Yeah. I said, "How old are you?" He said, "I'm under 75." I said, "I'm not going to blow you then. I'm not doing it." And John Henry's blacker than Stephen A. Smith.
There was Craig, I think, sent me a clip of Shannon Sharp when he was on there.
Remind me to destroy Montante in a minute, but go ahead.
I couldn't believe it when I saw it. But Shannon Sharp was on there. I don't know if he was filling in or whatever.
He keeps calling him. Oh, Stephen.
He kept calling him Skip and then slams the table. He's all
very
pissed
frustrated. Oh,
off.
Shannon Sharp is on that show full time now. Like he's like a contributor.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they did a whole video where, I don't know. I mean, that stuff, I don't watch any of that. I can't imagine. Are human beings watching that shit?
It's on in gym. I bet sports fans that are like in college that are just home at that time, they have it on.
Like
in
if
the
we went
background
to Tony C's before Miltons, it'd be on.
It'd be
like
on.
11:30
Yes.
or something. But no one at home is putting it on voluntarily, right?
Well, I heard a lot of
kids.
people, kind of similar to Bob Barker, when he passed, people were reminiscing about how when they stayed from home
Yeah.
for school.
Yeah,
Like, that was kind of me growing up a bit, too. Like, I would turn on Stephen
Really?
A or ESPN just, like,
Yeah.
sick as
Young
a kid.
sports
and,
fans watch
you know, you don't want to watch just daytime television, really. So
Yes. I'm surprised with all the other options now.
I wasn't around for streaming, really.
I'm more surprised that they're that valuable to the company, like that it's worth paying Stephen A. that much to be on at 10 in the morning.
No, it's live. It's different. Like there's some value in that. But like today, they're just screaming about whatever. What's the biggest NFL story this week? Is it the Cowboys? No. Like, what's the story of today? Like somebody get hurt? No.
the
only two Patriots? Like, is it?
Yeah, a lot of people were focused on the Pats. I think when
Sunday
it has that
game.
night slate and
Yeah.
nothing really crazy happens over the
Right,
course
the
of the day.
Giants I saw came back. I actually
sir.
watched a little bit of that. This is amazing. Nobody tweets about this. They should start doing it. I'm dead serious. Dave, in your next endeavor. There's this channel now where they show all the different red zone stuff, and people tweet about how crazy it is that they have like 4 boxes at the same time. And then they say, when does Scott Hansen go to the bathroom? I laugh every single time.
I like when they go Octobox because
Yo,
Steve.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I got a good laugh yesterday because Scott Hansen said, what was the phrase? He goes, folks, the witching hour is
Yes.
percolating.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yes.
I think it's too bad he doesn't have his old job still, because I think Scott Hansen and Chris Hansen should switch jobs for a week. That I would be into. If Chris Hansen got like various NFL pedophiles, tried to lure them in,
Right.
that would be good. Like, imagine if he got Bill Belichick. That'd be a huge episode.
Yeah.
It's great too because normally when a guy showed up and they saw Chris Hansen, you knew what was going down.
Correct.
But
Now it's
guys
Scott
would be
Hansen.
hyped
Yeah,
if
he'd
they
be
saw
fired
Scott
up. He'd be like, wow, we're octoboxing this thing.
Scott Hansen would have the perfect voice for that. Why don't you take my shirt off?
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
very passionate.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Things are percolating.
This is Max 26. So yeah. So I mean, yeah. Anyway, Stephen A. Yeah, whatever. I mean, yeah. Terrell Owens said that Max Kellerman's more black than Stephen A. Smith, right?
Yeah, it was based
It's an
off
interesting
of,
take, I will say. I haven't really thought of that.
It was based off of this clip if you want to run it.
I'm in the streets. Max almost seems blacker than you, Stephen A. with what he's coming, you know, with his coming.
Over the line.
Gotta take a time out there. Yeah.
I'm just saying, dog.
Wait a minute. Wait to finish.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna check you right now. You don't cross the
I'm
line.
just saying.
Yeah, you better check yourself before you riggedy ass wreck yourself.
Am I black enough now?
Yeah, I mean,
Terrell?
am I blacker than? I mean, what do you want to say? Am I blacker than these guys? I can do that, you know. Bust it. Let's go. Let's bust a fat rhyme. You know, I'm attracted to women with huge bums.
Yeah.
Does that make me blacker than Stephen A. Smith?
Let me hit you with some jive real quick.
Fine. Get the makeup. I'll put blackface on again. Fine. It's been a few years.
Was T.O., in hindsight, did T.O. do things, is there any criminal shit with him or anything? Or was he just like wacky?
I don't know.
Because people talk about like what an asshole he is, and in
remember there
hindsight,
was
I'm like, is
some-
he
there
really?
was
Like tax
something,
issues or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, but
I
that's who
forget. Yeah.
cares?
No, I know, but I feel like
Hey,
those are the
that's,
headlines.
that's a white crime, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. I thought he was.
I think he was charged with a second-degree misdemeanor of false reports following an altercation, and I believe it was dropped. So
There you go. I mean,
Yeah,
really.
because people always talk about like, oh, what a piece of shit Terrell. It's like he was just a wacky wide receiver.
He
wasn't
spit
that
on
crazy.
somebody. I don't see any arrests. I mean, look it up, Dave. I don't know.
I mean,
got a bad
AB
rap.
is still walking free, and that guy.
That's true.
You know,
He was a great player. Jared was a great player too. Terrell Owens.
Jerry would also say it sounds like he's not that black based on what we're
True.
finding
That's a
here.
good point. Play with a broken leg. That was crazy. That like we lived. This is like this century that he was in that skit with Nicolette Sheridan.
And that was a big deal.
Oh my God! And I think a lot of it was the racial part of it, honestly. Like, I think
really?
yeah, I think America was like middle America.
Interesting.
Yeah, I do. I think even still then, like weirdly, it was like a big deal. You forget what a big deal that show was. And then what the hell was it called? Desperate Housewives.
Yes.
Yeah, and they did like a skit where like he was gonna fuck her or something. I think.
Yeah. She drops her towel and he says, "Oh hell, I'm gonna be late for this one." If I remember right.
She was in the locker room before the game, and he was gonna fuck her and miss the game. That
right.
seems crazy. That's
right. That would be
controversial.
quite a scandal. Yeah.
That seems very
and I
strange.
remember, and this is what a fucking dork I was regurgitating what I heard on, like, pardon the interruption. I remember people being like, this is a whole Monday Night Football is a whole family. You watch with your families, and I remember being like, "Yeah, get him, Wilbon or whoever it was."
You gave him a point for that.
Yeah,
on
I
the
did.
other show.
Yeah.
Yeah, very dumb, very dumb. But yeah, so there you go. So yeah, I would say I should probably weigh in on this. I think Max Kellerman is more black than Stephen A. Smith.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll go through the lineage if I need to, but it feels like that to me.
I'll join you on that. He is
Yeah.
much more black.
Yeah, and he hated Brady, right? And I defended Brady at the time. Yeah, he says he's gonna fall off a cliff.
Oh yes.
And now I hate Brady, so I have to take Max's side on that. And that is from brother to brother.
Good.
Because again, my dad's most ugly.
True, yeah.
Yeah, so, I
Interesting.
mean, I can say that.
It's all really coming together.
I once said I dunked a volleyball. So I mean, proof's in the pudding. Yeah, there you go. What else? Dave, what else? I like we get both these guys going today here. I'm like percolating.
It's nice.
I did like to hear
Just like the
Tyreek
witching
Hill
hour.
call Patriots fans pieces of shit basically yesterday.
Yes.
Of all people to do
football
that.
talk today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, of all people. Of all people. Why? Because he broke his kid's arm and punched a pregnant girlfriend? What are you
Nice
saying?
takedown,
Just
Dave.
saying,
Now,
yes.
if you want to talk about a piece of shit wide receiver, let's roast his ass.
Get Terrell Owens.
There's also Eagles fans out there. I mean, what are we talking about? Like,
What do you mean?
You want to talk about crazy, delusional, annoying fans? I mean, Eagles fans.
Well, but Tyreek Hill was talking specifically about Patriots fans last night. So were they? I saw people were.
No qualms with Pats fans, though.
I thought people were.
they're passionate.
People were suggesting that it was racial, but he didn't say that, did he?
I feel like he suggested it.
But he
to
didn't
some
say it
extent.
though, right?
No, he didn't
Okay,
say it
yeah,
specifically.
They probably call him a child beating asshole, which is what he is. I don't know. Like,
Right.
I mean, this video, this audio. What's that, Dave? Mike?
That's where we've gone the other way now, where if a black guy says anything about Boston, we're like, oh, so you think it's racist?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I didn't say that.
And he might have been saying, suggesting it. I don't know. But yeah, I did see that last night. So that'll be, I'm sure, a talker on, I don't know how Mazz will handle it, but, probably sue somebody for it.
I'm amazed how much that's stuck. Like, I remember just hearing you guys, obviously the Adam Jones stuff and all of that, but I'm amazed more. I see it a lot more now, just in like pop culture, like in shows and shit. When Boston comes up, they're like, oh, they go right to racist.
Well, yeah,
it's
but
stuck.
it's also easy, though.
Yeah.
It's just so easy. You can't, it's even like this Barstool stuff that these people are doing with Biz and it's just easy to throw it out there because you can't combat it.
Right.
Like, there's, Spin Chicklets to me, like you could call this show controversial, whatever, or other shows. Spin Chicklets is they just fuck around. Like, they don't have any political agenda.
That's the thing where
Whitney is brain dead. Like, he doesn't care.
That's where it's really hacked to criticize Barstool for shit at this point, because literally what they're doing is saying, oh, Biz said something on Spittin' Chicklets. That can't be true because of the skinny jeans comment 15 years ago.
It's just dumb.
Yeah.
And even that, like, that doesn't mean that Portnoy couldn't say something 15 years later. It's right.
Right.
We're wrong, or what? It's just so dumb.
Well, they also hate the way they say it too. Like Biz doesn't formally report things. Right?
No, but this is what I said the other day when I was with those guys at Barstool Radio in between Kevin's 9 interviews, that show, and that Taylor Lewan emotional thing at the end, where I'm like, why do I care if Taylor Lewan is correctly retires or not?
You should.
Like, who gives a fuck? Am I supposed to care about that? Nothing against him, but like, what am I?
Well, I think that was in the greater scheme.
Kev was treating it like fucking Kennedy got killed. It was like 5 days before. I was like, Jesus Christ, like 9 guests on that day. But yeah, exactly. Like, the mainstream media is like, the way they do it is like Biz goes on there, and then they were like, "Did you see the tweet after?" He's like, "I'm gonna spit and stick my dick in your ass." What is it like?
You want to fuck with the players? We're going to bend you over, no spit, no lube, sandpaper finish.
I mean,
like, can you imagine Darren Dreger or whoever reading that and trying to report off that?
But they don't purport to be like, Biz isn't claiming to be like fucking Jeff Passan or anything. Like, somebody told them something. They talk about it on the podcast. And then it happened. It's even different than the way we would handle it, but that's the way they do it, which is good. That's why it's popular.
But do you think they would, they clearly would say something like that girl? What was her name? Like Rachel Dowry or whatever her name?
Tweet, which is a mistake.
Whoever she is. Like, if Biz got some kind of scoop about the whole Chicago Blackhawks scandal that was going on with that like he would have mentioned it on the podcast.
Of course he would have. Yeah.
But I remember when I was a kid, just watching football, they would have previews for 60 Minutes where Mike Wallace would be like, "We're going in no lube tonight, gang. Buckle up. We're going to be around after the 4 o'clock games."
There you go. A big Dave laugh there, Mike. He's alive. He's awake.
Thank you, Dave.
Might have been a drop, but who cares? You gotta laugh.
It was not.
I think my man Prime was on 60 Minutes last night.
Were you upset by that? You seem obsessed with him now.
No, I'm more annoyed with how Barstool. I was saying this to somebody. As usual, it's like everybody else at Barstool got an email, and I didn't get it. That we have to suck Deion Sanders' fucking cock dry.
But
I don't even get it. Like, it's fine. It's a nice, but like, what?
It's everywhere though. It's not just Barstool. I mean, that was honestly they were right. That was the biggest event in sports. Not even the fucking game. The tailgate was the biggest event in sports this weekend.
But why?
I don't know. The Rock was there. Every rapper known to man was there.
I know, but why? But why?
3 pregame shows doing their live shows.
I know.
There.
I don't.
Fucking nuts.
I mean, it's great for college football. I just don't. I mean, it's going to end badly. I'm just telling you. I'm right about that. I'm just telling you it's going to end badly. Go ahead.
I guess it's just because you don't usually have like an athlete, like a personality type athlete.
I know, but it's not like he's like
become a coach.
But it's not like he's like he's been kind of in the media for like the last 25 years.
Yeah, but I mean, Barstool does that with they suck a lot of athletes' dicks.
This is different.
That's what I'm saying. In their mind, he was a colleague of theirs.
Yeah,
it's even more.
He's literally turned his back on them. He never interacts with them.
They look at it that way.
They were doing a series with Dana.
Yep.
Called, what was it called?
Coach Prime, right?
Coach Prime might be the new.
No. Coach Prime is the one where Deion Sanders was like, yeah, I'm all set. I'm taking the same series to Amazon. They're turning my back on you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Literally, and Porter and Dan and I mean, like, I don't understand. Like, again, maybe this goes back to the Kellerman. Stephen A. Smith. Is Casey Smith like his daughter or something? Like, I don't even fucking understand it. I've had this guy was the biggest asshole I've ever interacted with in my entire life, ever. And people have told me, I cannot wait for this to fail. I can't wait. But these people at Barstool are all like, this is, and I tweeted that I stand by. This is going to be the end of my relationship with Dan.
It's tough to hear.
Right,
Yeah. And Jerry's, at some point, Jerry's going to have to stop dressing up like a woman. He's going to have to take a fucking side. He's been dead silent on this issue. I'm down on Jersey Jerry right now.
Can I tell you what hurt the most? Is Dan's reply to you was kind of half-assed.
The block one?
Yeah. It was kind of like, hey, let's, I'm not going to put any thought into this. We'll just retread an old
I
topic.
think he's concerned. I think he's reeling right now.
Yeah.
And I get that.
I did see Michael Block hit an albatross on par 5.
I'm sure that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
So I guess bridge isn't fixed yet.
Yeah. Jake Marsh isn't a virgin. I mean, like, what the fuck?
That cannot be true.
Huh? He's paid for sex, I'm sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah, with all his golf winnings, wouldn't you if you were him?
Hey, he's not Mantis, all right.
What's that? Well, Mantis is a good guy. Mantis is twice the personality Jake Marsh is. But yeah, the Deion stuff is, to me, it's got nothing to do with Deion. I beg your pardon, Prime.
Yeah.
It's this reaction. In Barstool, you're right, Dave. It's everywhere. Barstool is leading the charge where they're like, Casey's like, yeah, Casey's like, what, you got a fucking problem? I'm like, well, yeah, I do. I don't like the fucking guy.
That's their boy. They were colleagues for weeks.
Yeah, right. Who could forget 21st and Prime, his fucking podcast, the worst piece of content ever produced at Barstool.
Who's a bigger star that you could get to support him than The Rock? I mean, that's legitimately the biggest star in the world.
Is it? I mean, his last 5 movies have bombed. He's crawled back in the WWE the other night.
Yeah, it's still
It was
a
great
Rock,
pop.
though.
Great pop.
Yeah, Harry Minahan was excited. What a weekend for Harry Minahan. The Rock on Friday, Boy with Uke on Saturday. What a weekend.
Yes.
Oh, what a show. What a performer Boy with Uke is. As Harry said to me after, he's like, Dad, it wasn't like Bruce. It was only like an hour and 10 minutes. And I forget the way he said it, but essentially he lip syncs the whole time.
Right.
So he's like, it sounds just like it does when I listen to it at home. I'm like, oh, that's great. What a show. Are you a Boy with Uke guy, Coleman, or no?
Who's that?
Boy with Uke? No, you
Boy
don't know
with
him?
Uke. No, not sure.
He's more of a YouTube personality. Harry saw him at the Royale Club in Boston this weekend.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah.
No shot.
A bunch of 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds just screaming along to this guy.
Were you actually enjoying? Because when I was expecting something totally different when we first played the music, were you actually enjoying the?
I was excited to hear a couple of songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. IDGAF. I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
It didn't seem bad.
I mean,
It didn't seem like bad. I thought it was gonna be like the fucking the Wiggles or something. I like kids music.
Mike's so good with kids.
Harry, we'll throw on Teletubbies. How do you like
Mike
that?
on the 6th grade class. I guess it's the Wiggles.
First concert I ever went to, Wiggles.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was that? Jersey?
I really don't remember. I was really young, but fruit salad, yummy, yummy.
What was your first?
It sure is.
What was your first concert, babe?
My first concert, I believe, was New Kids on the Block, and I just went with the family.
Really?
Yeah.
Mike?
Third Eye Blind. I run.
Oh, you said this before. Yeah.
That's why the lead singer calls the show from time to time.
Oh, I forgot about that. He does check in once in a while. Yeah.
First legit one though, I gotta say, is Eminem, Rihanna, MetLife. Went with my mom. That was a great time.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Mom was a fan?
She loves Eminem.
Rihanna have that kid yet? Oh, she must have. She was pregnant at the Super Bowl.
I believe she
right?
did. Yeah.
I would hope so. She's been pregnant 40 months.
Very
now.
late. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, we've been teasing it long enough. The people want to know. This is all anybody asks me about fucking all the time. This is producer search.
Yes.
And the man who's encapsulated the best is Mike Lee.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I suppose in his own way.
Yes.
So you have a Steve Unit update for all the candidates.
Yes. It's been tough to adjust some of the scores based on what's transpired this
Dave,
weekend.
toss me a pen, would you?
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'll say a lot of what it comes down to is I look at Coleman very similarly to the way I look at John Rich, where he doesn't know the shows well. He's open with that.
But Coleman wants a job, though.
Yes.
And I want to catch up on the shows.
Yeah, Coleman, yeah.
I think that's a good segment, like for fans to revisit old shows and everything. Like
Coleman, don't get in the way of this, Steve.
yeah, sure.
This is serious business, Coleman. Watch yourself,
Mike's
buddy.
trying to kill time as I get a pen. Okay, like, just watch and learn. Mike, I have the pen. You can shut up.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I like
I was running out of steam anyways.
I like the transcript of what that was. Coleman, like John
yes.
Rich, is a man who
It's
walked in the studio today and was wearing shoes.
When Abraham Lincoln addressed Gettysburg.
Same birthday.
So, is that true?
Yes.
February 12th?
February 12th.
Came in hands. My daughter's birthday.
Wow.
Great day.
That's a big day.
Same
Three
as
greats.
Gucci Mane as well.
Bill Russell also, Coleman. All right, the Steve units are, of course, we all know, Mike, but just repeat them again, just in case I might have forgotten what
Strength, as in mental strength.
Sure.
T, as in technical ability. The first E is ego. V is vibe. And the final E, of course, ends with efficiency.
Right. A lot of people, so ego and vibe, right, okay.
Yes.
A lot of people, of course, strangely think the E and the V are
It's
the same.
ridiculous.
But they're
No, it's
completely-
very
they're
stupid.
completely wrong.
There are clearly 5 categories.
So I'm going to write down all the candidates now as I see them.
Yes.
We'll start with put Coleman's name down first.
Okay.
Augustus, who we have a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Montante, we have a lot to talk about. Mick. Am I forgetting anything? Josh, which is not okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, are we looking at John from Scranton, who's in tomorrow? Yet is a real candidate or no? Are we, Dave, or no?
I would if I were you.
Why is that?
Well, I just think he has
he want the
has
job?
the
Will he move here?
capability. He knows the show. He's
Horribly annoying.
Will
Well,
he
that's a
move here
different
and
question.
accept less than $100,000?
Yes, of course he would.
Okay.
Don't you think?
I don't know.
Loser. I like him. Okay, John. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candidates right now.
Wow.
Will it be hard for you because John hasn't been in the studio? Do you not want to do that, or do you feel comfortable enough to?
I don't feel totally
Okay,
comfortable
I'll cross that out.
evaluating John yet. I'd like to hear his first appearance, but
Okay, fair. We'll do these 5. Steve units. So we're gonna do. Okay, we'll start with S.
this is Coleman?
Well, we're doing each one the S. So we'll start with Coleman. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Gotcha. As of now, I'm going to put him
Brought
at
to you by Miltons, by the way.
I'm going to put him at a 7
Oh,
because that's my standard. I don't quite know where he fits. He could go down a lot here.
Right.
He hasn't shown anything that would suggest otherwise.
Okay.
So about a 7.
okay. Augustus.
Honestly, I think his S is the one thing that's improved because this process has not broken him.
That's true.
I'm going to go with an 8.
Okay. Montante.
6.
Mick. Who you hate?
Mick has stood strong.
That is true. I
To
would
an
not expect-
extent.
would not have expected that.
I'm going to give him a 6 as well. It
Josh.
should be higher. Josh, I'll give a 7. I don't know. He seems unbreakable, I guess.
I mean, like I can't realistically hire Josh, right?
no. Josh is a
Josh could be a good second
yeah. If
person.
you want a number 2, I didn't know
Yeah.
if that was in play for you or not.
Yeah, but we'll have to pay him.
Yeah, if you were going to do a 2,
I think he's a
if
nice
you were
enough
going
guy,
to do
I'll
a
just keep showing up.
2-producer approach, yes.
If you were me, what would you pay Josh to be the second producer and add nothing to the show?
Damn.
What were you going to pay
Well, then
Justin?
it fucks the producer A. Like,
What were you going to pay Justin? Because I'd say it's less than that.
I don't know. I don't even know really. It's a good question. I should think about that.
We'll leave that to the side for now.
Thank you, Phil.
Favorite drop.
That was good.
That's a good one. Drop your runs with it. Why not? T, of course, is tenacity, right?
No. That's very foolish of you.
What is it?
Technical ability.
Technical ability.
Yes.
Right. Well, Coleman, give us a random drop real quick. Show off to Mike here. Get yourself.
This is tough. This hurts his T.
I don't think Portnoy even knows who Coleman is.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting of you to pick a self-centered
Yeah,
drop
I
there.
noticed that too. But go ahead.
I was gonna give him a 9 originally. I'm gonna drop him down to an 8.
That's how quickly it can change.
That's exactly. It's always in flux.
Double A, Andrew Augustus.
Also an 8.
Montante.
I have to rely. You know what? Based on some things he's said recently,
Concerning himself, right?
I'm gonna give him a 4 in T.
Mick
I'll say an 8.
and Josh.
7.
7 technical, Dave, or no?
Josh, yes, 6 or 7 would be fair.
I'll do a good start.
Yeah.
E, efficiency.
Ego.
Ego. Sorry, so I got the E's mixed up. E1.
Coleman so far,
Yeah, he's
I'm
been
gonna
good.
give a 10.
Wow, Coleman a 10.
Now he hasn't. I don't think he's had the true Kirk Minahan test
no,
of
he's
ego.
not. No, he's not.
But
that's
for
the
now-
that's the first 10 you've handed out in this entire
For
process.
now, I'll give it 10.
What do you think of that, Coleman?
I'm not really sure if that's a good or bad thing. Is having a high scoring ego meaning
See?
like I
It's
have
all
a
good.
bad ego, or
Well played, right?
That's a perfect 10 right
So
there.
Coleman right there. All right, Augustus. Ooh. I don't want to sway you, but go ahead.
It sounds like you're going to say lower. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say an 8. This
Wow.
whole thing.
Okay.
He has been confident but not arrogant about it.
Have you seen these tweets from the wedding this weekend or no?
I saw the picture.
Okay.
fedora.
I have a nice beach fedora as well. It's a good beach sun item.
Well, you two are assholes. All right.
I'm calling into question the entire system that Mike is working with right
I'm
now.
going to question whether this wedding's real. Either. Also, I don't even know anyone with Augustus. I actually hate Augustus now.
Okay.
Montante.
That's good. I think
That
this
is- I
factors
think-
in well.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Montante.
Montante, I'm going to
This
give.
feels like a strength, no? For him? Am I wrong? Boy, this is a complicated process.
It is.
Almost like Mike doesn't know what he's
I'll
doing.
tell you. It's almost as if you could ask me tomorrow and the numbers would be totally different.
Tomorrow in 10 minutes.
I'm going to give a 7 to Montante. I think his confidence, I think he has a little more arrogance than confidence
Right.
in
So he
some
has a 7,
respects.
for that, a
Yes.
4 for technical. You know all the numbers. So would you give him again for
course.
the first test, Montante?
I believe I gave him a 7 as well.
That was a 6, but yeah,
six.
don't worry. They're both numbers.
They're all in the same ballpark.
Yeah, sure.
Single digits.
Well, except for the one for the 10 for Coleman.
Well, of course, yeah.
Mick.
Mick, for this, I'm going to give a 4.
Okay, there you go.
That's his toughest. I think that's his toughest category.
Josh.
I don't know. 6, I guess.
Okay. Oh, Josh is tough.
Disgusted that I even have to give Josh. And he's probably going to have the best score.
Josh going to win. V is vibe, of course.
Of course,
We'll go
yes.
backwards. We'll start with Josh this time.
Josh, I would give. You can utilize him differently, but in my eyes, he's a 4.
Oh, okay. I would say it might be his best thing, but okay.
No, I don't agree.
Okay. What's your system? Mick.
I don't think this is great for Mick either, but I think he's above Josh, so I'm going to give him a 5.
5. Montante.
Montante has been really hindered by his vibe off the show. How I think he would
That all-
do
I think that all
off the
counts,
show.
though.
It absolutely
Yeah.
does. And the thing I found worst is that I saw you retweet Mick kind of hammering him on
Yes.
the amount of work he was doing. Montante replied to that with college football picks.
Yeah, not good.
And it was
Not
like, why
good.
would you take this so seriously?
I will say I'm very, very, very down on Montante right now. He's last. I would hire Josh right now before I hire Montante. I would hire Josh to run the entire operation.
Here's the thing, though. With you, I think your
By the way, Josh is
passion
kind of-
about Montante and Andrew is good.
I think so. I understand what you're saying. Hot and cold.
Yes.
I think Josh is one of those guys that once he gets in, he's so calm. People just like being around him. I think he's going to take over for Erica when she leaves. Like he's just going to move all the way up.
Yeah, it just keeps rising through the
I'm not even
ranks.
counting him out for 2024, honestly. So I'm sorry, Montante's vibe.
I think his vibe on air is very good. I think his vibe off air would be very poor, which results in a 5 as of right now.
Andrew Augustus. I'm going to write the number down and see if I'm reading your mind correct.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Similar to Montante, I'm going to give him a 4.
Ooh. Wow. Okay.
In the sense that I think on air it's good. Off air, he really struggled.
Okay. I had a 5.
Okay.
Coleman.
6.
Ooh, why? Coleman, that's a low vibe.
That's a little low.
Well,
lowest rating so
I think he's learning. He's learning the vibe.
Do you like Coleman?
The drops, I like it so far, yes.
Okay.
I didn't know him before this, but
Oh.
I would say so.
No big
I think the drops hurt him a lot. I think mentioning the Patriots affected his score by probably a point. But I also think vibe is the easiest to move one way or the other. I think that this is what I said about John Rich. I think it's a lot easier for John and Coleman to improve their vibe as opposed to Montante or Mick, who supposedly know the show very well.
Right. Okay. The final one, of course, is striving for excellence. The second.
Efficiency.
Efficiency. Of
But
course.
excellence is a big factor.
Well, that's what I meant. That was,
Yes.
Yeah, it was a tease. Go ahead. Coleman.
Now, here's where I think Coleman blows everyone out of the water.
Wow.
And is going to get his second 10.
Oh, Dave.
Oh
what?
my God.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate
And
it.
I'll tell you why. I think
you wouldn't. I know you're new to the show. You wouldn't believe how much impact Mike has on my decision making.
You're gonna be swimming in pussy tonight, my friend. After these 10s.
almost unbelievable.
Not during this show. Not during this search.
No sex. No.
Lockdown.
Do you have a chance with some ladies this weekend, Coleman?
No, lockdown.
That's a boy.
I just hung with the homies.
good.
That's all that matters.
Why a 10 for Coleman?
I'll tell you why. With Coleman and John Rich, the reason I gave them such high E2 scores is I think with Montante, Mick, and Andrew Augustus, they're all guessing as to what it would be like to be in the big leagues.
Would you rate Coleman higher? I would rate Coleman higher if his first name was actually Coleman.
I kind of like that it's his last name. To be
do
honest.
you?
I like to think of it almost like a seal.
Would you
maybe
change
it's
it?
just Coleman?
Would you change your name legally for the job?
I mean, I'm
To
used
Coleman
to
Coleman? Would you consider it?
it. I would not.
Here's
You
something.
would not
though.
consider that.
Would not. I
You
don't
wouldn't
think I can.
consider it.
The only reason why I say that is because Jack does have a nice place in my heart, but for my family.
Is your dad's name Jack too?
No, he's Steve.
Steve Coleman.
Yeah, good guy.
Sounds like a base stealer, a wide receiver.
He used to play
Jack
the
Coleman's a
baseball.
great name, and I think you should.
That's a good name.
Here's something you're not.
How tall are
considering.
you? How tall are you, Coleman?
6'2".
So you're a big Jack then.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's
nice
good.
to have one around. You know.
That improves some score. I
We
don't know
used to
what.
have- we had a big Jack around here while I was about 5'3", but go ahead. All right, so 10
Coleman
for-
couldn't hurt a fucking fly. Big Jack could.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Let you know.
Okay,
Pissed
boys.
me off enough, and we'll see.
There you go.
Fucking scared of him, man. I was just testing him. I was
Put the shit
testing
on
him.
him. That's fine with me. I don't care.
Conning's done this thing over the last month. I've noticed where every once in a while he pipes in. He's lifeless throughout the show,
Yeah,
and then
some wakers-
all of a sudden, this guy's a pussy.
He was acting like a pussy the other day. What do you want from me?
What did you want me to do? What are you mad at him about? Pussy how?
What,
Will
He was
was
like
a pussy,
sulking,
yeah.
and he was just being very sour and.
Coleman or Will?
Oh, Will, that guy the other day.
I liked
yeah.
Will.
I like Will.
Yeah, he's funny.
I know a few people liked him.
Oh, this was good vibe by Coleman. I thought it was a great sign that immediately he was dismissive to Will and kind of like fuck this guy, as opposed to thinking he needed to be polite to him because it's a guest
I'm fine with that.
or afraid of being confrontational or anything. Immediately he was like, fuck him.
I just want a good show.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
all that matters.
Thank you, Coleman.
There we go.
Andrew Augustus.
This is E. I'm gonna go.
E2.
This was hurt a lot this week, and I think the messaging, all the personalities and things is very, very poor E.
This is like a presidential campaign starting to go wrong. You know, like when they start with
Yes.
Jeb Bush or one of these ones where
right now he's listing states in the middle of a
Right.
speech.
Yeah, and he's kind of like go like bad photo ops and like bad endorse. Everything's just going wrong.
Yes, he's got a military helmet on as we
Yeah,
speak.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna give him about a 5. It would have been higher last week, but
5. Okay. Montante.
3.
I was gonna say give him a 0 for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Mick. I think Mick might do okay here.
Mick, I will give a 7.
Ooh, I wrote down 8. Okay,
I'm
7.
gonna give him a 7.
Sure.
Again, the reason I like Coleman and John Rich for this is like, do you want to hire a professional or do you want to hire fans?
Right.
You know, what do you want?
Sure. I
I
understand.
think that matters.
Josh.
6.
Okay, 6. So we'll do numbers right now.
Josh may come out on top here.
Well, Coleman has 2 10s.
That's true.
Not anymore for this show.
The fuck are you laughing about?
I'm saying not anymore for this show. 10s as in, like a girl rating. 10.
Nicely
anymore.
done. Nicely done. That's very good, Steve. I don't know what category it fits in, but it was Steve-esque.
But it's not an R in Steve. Rate them that way. 14, 18. Ooh, wow. All right. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm enjoying this. Jeez.
I did tweet out Steve Units the other day, but I'm sure it's much different because a lot changed in a weekend.
Mike?
Just telling everyone.
In last place, with a score of 25,
Yes.
Mike Montante.
I was worried about that. Yeah. Sorry, Mike.
By the way, a distant 5th place.
Oh, really?
Like, we're talking Red Sox, Yankees behind everybody else in the AL East right now.
Okay.
Distant, 25 points. Montante is 5 points behind Josh. I don't even know if he can speak or not. I've never even heard him.
And Josh and I have tension, so that's difficult for me to even hear.
Hey, what do you guys? What's your tension with you two?
No, I just said that Josh didn't listen to the show. It was wild to me.
Well, he clearly doesn't listen to the show.
No, but he didn't listen to the show the day before he came in.
Oh, no, yeah, no. I don't think he's ever listened to the show.
Mike didn't bully anyone throughout this entire process, but the most harmless guy in the race.
Josh is like a poor guy's just sitting there. He didn't even know what's going on.
He deserved it.
He tied with Mick at 30. So Montante, again, dead last.
Yeah.
Andrew Augustus, 33 points, second place. Yep. Coleman, 41 points. A new Steve record, by the way.
That's not true. John Rich had 42.
Okay, who knows? You have no idea.
Always chasing John Rich, I guess. Right?
Mike takes those records very seriously.
Yeah, let's not get crazy.
41 points for Coleman. So Coleman's a clear leader for you right now, Mike.
Yes.
But that can change.
Absolutely.
A week from today could be totally different.
I think if he comes back in a week.
The Coleman things that worry me, not worry me, but concern. Yeah. Well, not even, but just what am I dealing with here? Is he likes a lot of positive things about himself on Twitter.
You say that all the time.
One of my least favorite. It's a Mike quality.
But I always equate it to I'm reading it.
You like all negative ones?
No,
that's my point.
Here's my.
That's my point.
Let me see if you like my equation here, though.
Okay.
If someone walked up to me in the street and said a compliment, I'd say, "Hey, thank you." I like that.
What does that do, though?
Huh?
On Twitter, what does that do?
It's acknowledging them. Hey, thanks. It's a thank you.
No, I don't do that.
You're
those people.
You're a more frigid guy than
those people who are commenting on Coleman are fans of yours. So Coleman is basically saying, hey,
thanks.
Thank you for commenting and listening to Kirk Minahan.
That's exactly right.
May appreciate
You listening to these guys, you listen to me.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah. 86 of that.
All right.
I'll be like Mike, that's begging, starting John to pay attention to him. I mean, at some point.
Begging?
Take it easy, Mike. I know I set you up there, Mike. Take it easy.
To be honest,
I can't shake the guy.
Why have I done that? Why have I done that? Was that?
No, I was going to say, to be honest, I was kind of used to that with other shows.
It's okay,
and stuff.
Coleman. I'm just breaking.
Yeah, no. It was more so to kind of understand feedback a little bit from fans. So it's like I can take that in and assess it. I can, maybe
not a
work
big
on
concern.
future things.
That's not a big concern.
Yeah,
not a big concern.
I will say with Coleman, I think a second person in there might be more. He seems very mild-mannered, tame.
Is that true, Coleman?
I don't think so. I think it depends on the day. It depends on the topic. If I can get passionate behind something and really rip it, I want to do that.
He's also very young, Mike. He's a young guy.
I like that too.
25?
That's what you're looking for, right?
25, 26?
23.
23.
My God, you're just a boy.
Yeah.
That could have been your guy in
Hungry.
Bentley. Who knows?
No, that would
could be.
have been 9.
Well, so what? You're virile. Wow, 41 points for Coleman. Miltons.com. Miltons, the store for men, brought you that. That's amazing.
Yes, the Miltons 41.
Dave, what's your take on that? Montante, 25.
It's not shocking all the way around. I mean, I think Coleman is the clear leader in the clubhouse right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's far and away.
I'll tell you what really hurt Montante is invoking the name of Ironhead.
That was bad. I thought it was worse, and nobody's mentioned this. Montante was on some shows this weekend. He actually said this, and he's in when? When is he in this week?
Wednesday.
Wednesday with the Quantum Kirk guys.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. He said that he has been given loans by several Minifans for gambling debts over the years. I'm like, I can't have the producer of my show be in debt financially to live. That's insane.
Hey, Kirk, Nibbles is coming in today. I can't tell you why, but
that's
he's
what
going
I'm
to be.
Like, all kidding aside, I know we have fun, but that's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts.
Yeah, I didn't realize how unprofessional he was until
really?
seeing
You ever talk to him?
But I thought, like, if this was his job and he really wanted, he would take it more
I don't
seriously.
think he will. Dave, do you?
I don't think he will.
I think he would take it more seriously. I think it's fair to judge him based off the fact that he made internet friends for the last 4 years through the show.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
Like, you can't judge him on those gambling things because those were his friends. Those are his friends.
But that's his life now, though. Those people. That's what I mean. That hurts him.
No, but like new people coming in, he can't just like take a fucking loan from them because he met
He's
them.
still going to do it. I don't trust him. I don't trust the guy. I like him, but yeah.
Here's something that troubled me that I learned. I have a friend, I'm more of a mentor to him. That's a podcasting veteran. Who
are we talking about, Dave?
Who received
my peen?
Another guy I hate. Go ahead.
Said he started receiving phone calls from Mike Montante.
When?
I didn't know if you were going there.
When?
This weekend.
Call him up. We'll straight from let's hear from him. Go ahead.
Worst of it was that he told me he
Justin.
Justin didn't answer, and he got a message, and it was about. I assumed it was about. Hey, I realized I fucked up, saying I should learn from Craig. Can you teach me how to run this software? I guess the message said, like, I really need the Patriots to cover.
Really?
Yeah, that's what Justin said. I don't know.
I guess we have it. Then we have to call him in. I mean, like, I don't think he cares. And that's okay. Like, I think this is kind of half a joke to him.
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised at how lax he's taking.
Yeah, I don't think he really cares that much, which is okay, but, like, just be honest about it because he's on there. What's he done? Like I said, he hasn't done anything.
I actually do think he cares a lot, and I think he
What's
wants
the-
the job,
well,
but I
how is-
don't
how
know
is
why
that-
he thinks
how is
that's
that
right.
manifesting itself?
I can't answer that question. That makes no sense. Just to call Justin, who is clearly in this sphere, right?
Yeah.
Like if I wasn't here tomorrow, I think you would call him to come in with
Yes.
Montante to sit in, right? To call him just to talk about the Patriots game is just a weird move during this process.
I'm not that, he can gamble all he wants. If he's doing the show, he's super into that. He's drinking on weekends. He's got the Jerry stuff. I'm just like, to me, he's like, I'm down on Montante.
I think it's a
I
weird
like him,
thing
but I'm down on
to
him.
not at least publicly pretend you're putting some effort into changing.
Yeah, like he cares. I don't think he cares. We'll see. He's here Wednesday, so, maybe he'll do a good job. I don't know. Right now, I would say he has almost no shot at the job. But that can change. That can definitely change.
Yeah.
And Augustus, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just like insane. Like it's fucking crazy. I don't even know what's going on.
Augustus, while is second in Steve units, I think he, on paper, feels like the best fit. Feels like the best mix of things.
Yeah.
I just don't know. My issue with Augustus is like not learn. You've mentioned this stuff a couple times, like the Miltons thing and all of that, and he hasn't changed it at all. He's still texting
I know. I think he
Rico
thinks
and
it's
John
funny
Rich
or
and
something. Has he bothered you at all last couple of days, Dave?
He sent some texts. Let's
what?
see what they have.
Has he acknowledged he's fucked up anything or no?
He's when you told me to contact him about something, he said, "Okay, I never will, or I won't
Right.
again, or something."
I think we
like
talked
that.
about on the show the other day. Did he acknowledge that or no?
No,
because I texted you yesterday, right? Remember that thing?
Yes.
So like he just doesn't
I do have
I
a
think he
caller
texted-
coming in if we want to take it.
Is it your phone, Coleman?
Yes, it is my phone. He's calling back in, but
Okay, sure.
should we take it?
I don't know.
See, this person seems erratic.
Hello.
You go ahead.
Hello.
Hello? Hung up.
Who was it, Coleman?
It was the one and only Rico Bosco.
Wow, he calls the show. What a moment that would have been. If we
I know. Come on.
Wow. Well, he's welcome to call anytime.
Ride though.
Why is he hanging up?
I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know what to say.
The last text I got from Andrew was, "I can do Friday if needed." Was the last.
What,
I got
this
from
Friday?
him. Yes.
Is he producing Friday?
He's currently not producing on Friday.
Well, we can bring him in, I guess. When's he back?
I would assume he's back midweek, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here's that caller that Coleman was just referencing.
Oh, okay.
What could that be?
Who could it be?
Could be anyone.
Hello.
There you go.
Hello.
Kirk, Jerry West.
Jerry, how are you?
Did you say they canceled the fucking show?
I
what
saw
the fuck
that.
am I supposed to do every fucking Sunday night now?
I
I'd be
saw
better
it.
off if my house burned down like Kareem.
I saw that, Jerry. I'm sorry about that, buddy.
Horrible. Fucking horrible.
It is horrible.
Jerry?
Send your thoughts and prayers. Yeah, send your thoughts and prayers to Jerry West. God bless.
All right, goodbye, Jerry. Talk to you later. They did cancel Winning Time, thank God. Terrible show. I was happy to see that.
It's too bad.
Yeah, and everyone's crying. It's a great show. I don't fucking understand. I hate that show.
I will ask, why is it, if there's this much reaction, why is it going to, it seems somewhat
It's very
popular.
odd. No one's watching it. But like,
Everyone's reacting to
classic
it.
Twitter thing, though. Like Twitter's, sometimes you forget Twitter's not real life.
I guess so.
Like it's a Twitter show because it's like, I did not like it. Not a fan of it. So I would say right now, I'm no closer. People ask me, I'm no closer than I was a week ago to pick somebody. I'm really not.
Do your rankings align with mine at all? Who's at the top of your list?
I would say right now the top two in your list are probably my top two.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Josh is not a serious candidate to be the producer of the show.
No, I wouldn't think so.
I think the other four have a chance, and I'll give John from Scranton a chance tomorrow if he comes in, he does a good job and he's serious about it. I don't think he'll be serious about it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Personality-wise, I always liked him. He seems like he would fit. He's a kind of an odd guy. Bust his balls, it seems like.
He's friends with a lot of people who just I find to be terrible content guys. Like, forget they hate the show. Just like that whole aspect of him. I don't know, Dave. I find it annoying.
Yeah, but at least he's I don't know, he's talking about the show on a regular basis.
Sort of,
creating
but like he's
content.
going to be doing a lot of that stuff. It's like, will he be super focused? I have my doubts.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
He produced for Courtney Fallon. Why couldn't he do this?
That's true. Huge talent. Massive talent. All right. What else do we have, guys? Coleman, Dave, whoever.
Yep. Well, the one we brought up recently, but just real quick in regards to Winning Time, your thoughts on ending on a Celtics title there? Do you
That
think
is funny. I haven't seen it. It ends with the 84 championship. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else picks up that show. The critics
Netflix
like
or
it.
Amazon,
Yeah, for like a year.
People were saying it kind of reminded them of like The Wire after the second season, like vastly different
Whoa.
shows,
Yeah.
vastly different shows.
Yeah, not me.
But they were saying in terms of that cancellation, I think. But
I guess, yeah. I mean, I could see that, Mike. I could see even Amazon, somebody picking up for a season or two. Maybe. Like I said, it's Adam McKay and John C. Reilly's big names.
Now that you've got your win, would you continue to watch it if it got picked up?
I think I have.
Okay.
Hey, watching's a powerful thing.
I think about that. You said that with like Netflix, about how Netflix is really the only game changer. Like, like what's it called? That movie I took my kids to, Elemental, just came out on Disney Plus.
Yes.
And I bet it got no buzz. Obviously, nobody went to see it in theater.
Well, it's okay in the theaters, but yeah.
I don't think it was great, but it's getting no buzz that it just got released on Disney Plus. If it was on Netflix originally, it'd probably be a monster. Like, why does Suits just like randomly blow up?
I mean, Suits is like the biggest show of all time now on Netflix. Like legitimately, it's crazy. And it was like an okay, show on like ratings wise.
Yeah, but I think what happens with that is like it's on USA, so no one sees it.
Right.
And then when it's on Netflix, they just pump it out, and people are like, "Oh, fucking Meghan Markle's in this. Let me watch." Even as a joke, maybe they watch it, and they're like, "Oh, this isn't bad."
And I don't know how much of an aspect that was too in people watching it. Like, oh, Meghan Markle was on the show. Like,
with some people, definitely it was the reason they watched it.
Right.
But some, I think it's just that's what happens when new shows come to
Oh,
Amazon.
for sure.
Like even the fucking the one that D. Reynolds was in, The Mick, a sitcom that was on Fox.
Yeah.
It was only on 2 seasons, but you put it on Netflix and people are like, "Oh, this is pretty good."
Right. Is the Jennifer Lawrence movie on Netflix yet or no?
I knew it was available to rent on Amazon.
I know that, but it's coming to Netflix. So
yeah, actually, it might be the 23rd.
that's going to be a monster on Netflix. It'll be #1 movie for like 6 weeks on Netflix. And you're right. It didn't do that great in the theaters, but everyone's going to watch on Netflix. Whereas if it went on Peacock or something or even Max, you'd be like, oh yeah, all right, it's on there.
Right.
It's true. Netflix still remains the only thing that does this. Even that wrestling show on Netflix is people are talking about it. Where if it was somewhere else, no one even know it was on.
Yeah.
So they have the market on that.
HBO to an extent, because some people still watch at least like Succession and Barry were that way.
Sure. Yeah, but those shows are but those shows weren't as big as Game of Thrones, which was probably not quite as big as. Like I feel like it's getting smaller and smaller.
For sure.
What's the big HBO? What's HBO's biggest show right now?
No
it's
idea.
Winning Time.
Yeah,
out of
I don't know.
everything,
which nobody watches.
Which
Am I missing something? Succession's gone, right?
Yep.
Barry's gone, right? You were saying.
It was like Telemarketers and then Winning
which
Time
wasn't
were
like
back to back.
Yeah,
really.
those aren't like shows, like not really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, I'm glad that's gone. Jeff Pearlman, stop fucking crying. Jesus Christ, you baby. Go write another book.
I've never seen anyone do. I've never seen a situation where there's an author
he's homeless or something.
pleading for people to watch. It's not even his livlivelihood. I know he makes money off.
And
of
they've
it,
taken this book and basically shit all over it. There's nothing. There's telling lies, making shit up from his own book. He's like just a whore, just taking money. I like Jeff, but Jesus Christ, show some pride. God, what else?
This was kind of interesting. A missing $80 million F-35 stealth fighter jet disappeared over North Charleston, South Carolina. They found the pilot, but then they were asking like the public to help try and find this thing. Just gone, thin air.
They found the pilot.
Yeah, he apparently parachuted out.
At least Mike's interested. You two talk about it. I'm gonna play Immaculate Grid.
I didn't
you two
understand.
You two talk about it. I haven't seen my Immaculate Grid's up yet.
We can run Immaculate Grid.
That's okay. Immaculate Grid's tough to do on. And I saw Jeff D'Lo tweet out that he messed up one of the answers on Daily Dozen today, but.
Oh man.
Yeah, but something was wrong. I forget what it was.
That's the whole thing in question.
That's what I'm saying. No question about it. So I haven't done the Daily Dozen yet. I'm sure we will at some point.
Yeah,
I'm sure we will. Don't worry. We'll get there. We're not there yet.
Okay.
Dave, do you have anything
Two
else?
more plane topics and we'll get there.
Well, just to get your take, we didn't touch on it. We were going to wait till today, but the Julie cross the T's, dot the I's thing. I know Danny was pissed off. You'll talk about it on Wednesday, I'm sure. But
That's right.
Retard.
that you're not bringing that to the show,
Well, I mean,
which I think is fair criticism, right?
no, it's not. It's not legitimate criticism.
Well, she called into the show,
Yeah,
and then
but she's
we
not
haven't-
hired. She's not hired.
That just hasn't been an update, and I think that's what he was saying.
That's not what he's saying. Play the sound. It's not what he's saying.
Yeah, he keeps repeating the same thing.
So now Julie just gets the job behind the scenes without coming.
by de facto.
pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what happened. And I like Julie, but what? So she went from 100. So is she getting 170 grand? Is she getting like,
No, Danny. No.
None of these guys know anything. None of them don't know
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying to you. He's saying normally in those spots you let everybody in on that stuff, and for some
We
reason,
haven't hired anybody for it yet.
yeah, but this
What do you want me to
is
say? The update is we haven't hired anybody. Julie's helping out in Saco, but we haven't hired her.
right.
But I only know through listening to the show. You haven't told me anything. I know she wasn't hired.
What do you want me to announce? We haven't done anything?
Well, that's what he wants. He wants an update
We
because
haven't done anything. What am I supposed to say?
Well, she pitched you. She did it on the show. Did you
Right.
have you had discussions off air?
I have no memory of that pitch at all. None.
Okay.
No, we've not.
You have requested that she
She's
help
helping out
along in the
Saco.
process.
Yeah, she's
Yep,
helping out
that's
in
going on.
Saco.
Yep.
Yeah, correct. That's it.
Okay. So basically, if she proves herself at
These
Saco,
guys like yelling at each other on the show. Like, why is he hiding them? I'm like, hiding what?
Why are you hiding?
well, you did make a big deal about her requesting $200,000 a year, and then all of a sudden now she's back in the picture. Is she still trying to pay?
Does anybody think I paid her $200,000 a year? No. Okay, so then what are you pretending to be worked up about, Dave?
I'm not pretending. I'm saying Danny.
You know everything.
No, but Danny wants to know. I'm defending Danny's.
Then drive to Bill Ricca and tell that fuckhead what's going on. Then what do you want me to say?
I don't. But did she drop her price? Nobody else
in the world has mentioned this
pitch
to me.
What was the pitch? Did she drop her
no
price?
idea.
It was on the air.
I have no idea. It was on this show. What are we hiding? It was on the show.
She must have said more stuff. Did she even give the full outline? What'd she say? It was all performance based. Is it all performance based?
What's that, Mike?
Danny and I have questions.
Conspiratorial about this.
Dave, you're on the chat with her family. I have no idea.
I love that chat.
Yeah, I have no idea. You got 12 more days on it.
They won't kick me out.
I have no idea. I don't know anything.
Okay, I forget what she said on the show. I think it was just performance based. I think.
Well, you tell. I mean, you're worked up about it. Go find out. What am I supposed to say?
Give us the answers.
I don't know.
It's your hire.
I haven't hired anybody for
So
it.
maybe they care.
Hiding.
They care about the producer search. So maybe they care just as much.
One person does. One. Nobody else has mentioned this to me. Tweeted me nothing. The actual producer job. He's like it's content. It's like, no, it's not. The producer job is way more interesting than the dotting the I's crossing the T's job. We brought two people in. They were very nice. They were boring. So like,
I kind of thought you weren't either lost interest in it or we're going to do it after the producer.
Yeah, it was. We get through Saco, and then we'll see if Julie does a good job. She's definitely a candidate for sure.
Right.
But she hasn't been hired. Definitely not.
Nice to finally get the truth out of you.
Shame on Danny.
Well, yeah, what are you talking about? You got his back.
Somebody had to have his back right there.
Why?
I don't know. He was all worked up. He's
All
a great
three
fan.
were yelling at each other about nothing. And they're like, and the guy, what's his, the waiter is Dave, is like, he's like, Dave, we all know what the deal is. I'm like, no, I don't know what the deal is. No idea. I have no fucking clue.
You keep it on the hush hush.
I guess
we
so.
understand.
Jesus Christ.
I actually have a question in regard to all that and the producer search.
Go ahead, Coleman, of course.
Just like, is there going to be any interaction leading up to an official producer naming where that person will interact with the cross the T's, dot the I person? More technical.
Before Saco?
Just to see how they would.
Because Dave's producing Saco.
Say her name. It's Julie.
Shut up, Dave. Boy, these two together, huh?
See, again, that's another thing is I think Coleman's the only. If you wanted to stop that search, I think Coleman would be the only candidate capable of doing that.
I think that's right.
Coordinating events and stuff like that. That's the only one of these people I would trust with that.
Like, I want to say I could trust Augustus, but he's so crazy. I don't think I could.
The Miltons thing was tough because the other stuff is just kind of silly. He's messaging Big Cat, whatever. The messaging Miltons thing is tough.
Can you imagine having Montante produce the case?
No.
Like, no chance.
No.
I would love to help with that too.
Huh?
There you go.
I would love to help with that. I think it's a.
Why don't you worry about the Kirk Minahan?
Sure.
Coleman. Stay focused. I got somebody on the case. Don't worry about it. Gotcha. Jesus God. What are you laughing at? Nothing. Jeez, relax, Coleman. Nothing. It's your mom taking you to concerts. Drugs, probably. Jesus Christ.
Secondhand.
Are your parents excited for this opportunity for you?
Sure.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, they like seeing me.
Was the old man dude that we discussed this the other day or no?
No, we didn't.
Is that okay? Are you comfortable talking about
I don't
your
mind.
profession of your parents?
Sure. My mom isn't really working anymore. My dad is. He does some IT with Big Pharma, pharmaceuticals. Just worked throughout there. Yeah.
Big Pharma, Mike. What are you laughing at?
Martin Shkreli.
Oh, fuck that guy. No, fuck that guy. Drop the Wu-Tang. Fuck
I'm a little
that
concerned. Yeah, fuck that guy is right. Okay. Yes. I mean, yes. I think certainly in the future, we have a big show coming up, not for a while, but at the beginning of next year. Whoever gets the job will definitely have to interact with the crossing the I's and dotting the T's person. Am I saying that right?
Backwards.
No, backwards. I always do that backwards. You get my point. That's why I can't do it.
It's a comedy show. Say it backwards and then people laugh.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, what else? Fucking everyone's annoying me now. Dave, Coleman, either one of you.
Yep. Dave, you got it.
No, I was just gonna say Drew Barrymore back down. Did you see that?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Long
it's
apology.
sad. I mean, that was embarrassing. Why?
Why does anybody listen to the internet? Can we just make it about that? Like, why does Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis listen to the internet, and then they have to step away
Ashton
from
Kutcher stepped
boards
down. Yeah,
and all
I
this
know.
bullshit? Like, just don't react to it, and it just goes away.
I mean, Drew Barrymore, she's done the show. Like the idiot like moms who go to her show don't give a fuck.
Right.
They care about like Do you think, I'm not saying they're right or wrong. But do you think they care that, like, you know, Kate Winslet is striking right now?
I think it's literally like what parties they're allowed to go to and shit like that. Like, I think they're affected by that.
I also wonder, and I also wonder if there would be a stronger anti-guest thing against Drew Barrymore if people would just stop going on the show.
Yeah, that's true.
Do I think that would happen 3 years from now? I do not think that. But like at first, maybe. I saw Matthew McConaughey was on The View this week.
Right.
So like, I mean, I don't seem that worried about it.
Do they have Does The View have writers?
I would imagine.
Probably.
Yeah. Really? They don't do bits or anything.
Just their opinions.
No, but they probably like technically have like writing the open for Whoopi Goldberg or something.
Yeah.
I just saw it just came up on YouTube, some on my feed, and I saw somebody tweet it out. Regis and Kelly Ripa. See if you can find it, Coleman. Okay. On YouTube. They went on the air for a little bit on 9/11. At like 9 o'clock live that day.
Really?
Yeah. And they wound up
talking about Pam Anderson's tits.
They wound up getting bumped for and poor Regis is just not good in those spots. It's like wild how not ready. You have it?
Wow. Kaboom.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Sorry. That's all right. It's not your fault. Jump ahead a little bit. They just start talking and like
cutting edge ideas. Performance from the Camet.
Now keep in mind, this is 9 o'clock. The first plane is already flown into the building. Here's the crowd in New York. This is live. Yeah!
Taliban! Taliban!
Standing ovation back there. Yeah. Hi, everybody. It's Tuesday, September 11th, 2001.
We're going to get back to the fun in just a minute.
Gelman! The Pentagon!
Fucking Collinsworth slide.
I watched this like 3 times this weekend. I'm fat. And by the way, to be fair, like nobody really knew anything after that first plane. Like really, people thought it was a random, like a plane, like a guy flew, like lost his vision or it was like fucked up or something. There was some speculation, but nobody really knew. But like everywhere immediately, they were going to national news because the Twin Towers was obviously a huge deal at that point. A plane flown into it. And when a plane like that flew into that building at that angle, like you knew a lot of people were fucked.
Sure. I would think so.
I don't know who the syndicate, I don't know who Regis and Kelly are, who their people were, but somebody was like, we're going live with this fucker. And like, it ran on some stations. Now, I guess probably not in New York, maybe, but like, do you think it was running in like Boise, Idaho or something?
Yeah.
I don't, but it's not live at 9 o'clock there.
Oh.
So I don't know. You know what I mean? 'Cause obviously it's on the air at 6 a.m. on the West Coast.
Oh, true. Yeah, I suppose.
I don't know where the feed is from for this, but it just came up. Someone suggested to me. I have no idea why.
I gotta tell you, Gelman, I think it was this Bin Laden guy. He's crazy.
So I feel bad. Kelly, I thought was well. Go ahead.
Tuesday, September 11th, 2001. Our studio audience has been in there for at least the last 15, 20 minutes, and so you missed the big story of the day that's developing right now here in New York City. A plane has crashed into one of the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center.
Hold on. I like the idea they keep information away from this audience. Hold on. Like Gelman and they're not telling them. Like, oh, we got a surprise for you. Don't worry. Yes, yep. John Travolta's here today as a guest, but more importantly, we're gonna save it for the on air for you guys.
It seems like the reaction at first, it's kind of like a laugh. Like they think Regis is being silly with him.
For sure, there's somebody in there who was a family member working in that building,
right,
in New York City.
Oh yeah.
I wonder who the guests were scheduled that day. Patricia Heaton and the music of Sting. So go ahead.
And don't know what the intent was, whether it was deliberate or accidental, but there is a fire going on there. Bits of debris are falling out of the sidewalks below.
Probably nothing.
It happened at 8:48, about 12 minutes ago. And so it's developing and will continue to develop all through the day.
And if you can see those bits of debris, they're large. If you can see it, it's large. Yeah. Because
she's right. I mean, again, I don't want to kill them for this because, like, what are you gonna do?
That's what I said.
That's not what they do.
When I did the Stern episode, I was like, it is funny to make fun of, but like, I wouldn't have been any better. In this situation. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
I mean you can't like. But if we play it, go ahead, keep going. How long is it, Coleman?
It's around like 5 minutes, but I can skip around.
No, we're good.
Center is so immense, and you can clearly see things falling.
A lot of speculation whether or not it was an accident or maybe a suicide bomber. Not not out of the question these days. So there it is.
Say it was a jet. Eyewitnesses are saying that it was a jet. Not a large commercial jet, but a small jet.
But you can see it's a very clear day here in New York. We got thunderstorms last night, which kind of
okay
cleared
here.
out
He's
the
okay.
area. And actually turned into a beautiful early fall day. But there you go.
This is the worst thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
It's kind of an ill-fated building down there. They've been through a lot. A few years ago, they had that.
You said it, Regis.
Regis struggling. I
bomber.
feel bad. He just doesn't know what to do.
Well,
you know?
now time for birthday shout-outs.
It's like Regis is dying to get to like their bits where they talk to like women around America and they're giving away stuff like that. Go ahead.
It's such a target because it is such a
big,
well-known symbol of America and New York City, and so it can become a target. But I pray for those people inside. It's just the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
So we will update you continuously throughout the show as we find out more details about this. Light plane crashed into one of the towers of the Twin Towers Trade Center down there at Battery Park in New York City. So anyway, we go on now, and how are you?
I'm really in shock.
Yeah.
I've never. I don't know what to say.
Kelly, you didn't die in an explosion. How are you doing?
Regis is like, Regis clearly just wants to go on. And Kelly is acting like a normal human being in a situation like, basically, like, why the fuck are we on? Why is Regis and Kelly on right now? Like, where is Brokaw? Where is fucking Jennings? Where is Rather?
Well, that's the thing. Like with Stern, Tom Chiasano tells, like, Howard's like, should we even be on the air?
Yeah.
And Chiasano says, honestly, for people around the country, it might be comforting to have you on, like
Agreed.
a real person reacting.
But
they're not real.
But they would
people.
do news and they would do it in New York.
Yeah, this is not real people reacting to things. This is out of place.
Right. Right. Go ahead.
They really had quite a storm last night. Lightning bolts coming
I mean, it's just like Regis wants no part of this story.
You think that's bad? Imagine the hail in New York City last night.
Go ahead, Regis.
Made it just inside, just in time. I was with the kids, and we. Oh my gosh! Something just
There's a close-up
exploded.
view, I guess.
Something just exploded.
Maybe that plane had something in it.
Nope.
And there's phones going off.
Are we getting an explosion?
There was an
happen
explosion
inside?
there, huh?
Get Regis off the air.
You see the flames.
So this is the second plane just flew in. Second plane, 905, I think is one of the second plane just flew in. Then Regis, we'll play in a minute. Regis speculates that it's actually the first building debris flew over and knocked us into the second building.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
Building 7 seems fine to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So go ahead, Regis.
It's such a mass destruction. You have to wonder about, of course, it looks like both buildings.
Here you go. Watch Regis here.
That's both buildings. This is the next building.
Jumped over to the next building, huh?
Yeah, and they jumped over to the next building.
Fuselage exploded on the plane and
shot into the next building.
Leaped into the next building.
Yep, leaped in there. Put a cape on and
leaped in.
Now, when
I'm coming for you.
When there's horrible moments in national history and people say, where were you when Kennedy was killed? When the people in there, they'll find out that somebody flew in the second building because in the moment Gelman tells them what happens. Here you go. Go ahead.
The worst.
Yeah. Just yesterday, the other day, we were talking about the job the New York City and every city's fire department has, and this is going to be a tough one because that's almost at the top of that building.
There are so many people in there.
And it would happen, right after the workday begins.
Right
usually
after the
9
workday
o'clock in the
begins,
morning.
yeah. But this is New York,
Take a long
so
weekend.
God, let me hear it, Gelman.
Well,
everything starts earlier
we'll
here.
just have to continue here, but we will continuously bring
Regis
you.
is ready to go on to the bits.
We've got
2 planes have flown into the fucking towers. The world is ending, and Regis is like, Dave's a Regis guy, I bet, though.
I am. This is painful to watch.
I love Regis myself. He's bunkos.
I'll tell you the irony, Mike. Full circle is always with the Kirk Minahan show. When Regis died, we reacted to it in Saco.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, it was after that weekend. We did a live show in Saco.
Oh,
I still
wow.
remember that because I said, I think Regis has done more TV than anybody in history. We'd seen that number. And I think he had, including this day. I think he counts those 5 minutes. Before literally they dragged him off the stage.
Anyways, we've got Donald Trump coming up next.
Go ahead. I want to hear my man Gelman.
Updates on
I just
that
feel
story.
sick to my stomach. I really do. I feel sick to my stomach for those people in there. It's just the worst thing I can.
And for the other people who feel sick to their stomach today, we're giving away Pepto-Bismol to the first 300 people in studio.
Hey, Gelman, why did you tell him about that?
imagine.
Time. What's going on, June? You want to go back to it? This is going to be the kind of a show where we'll have to keep going back and forth.
I guess it's being said that a second plane hit the other tower.
That sounds like deliberate to me. I mean, I hate to say it.
Nothing gets past Regis, man. No flies on him.
A third plane.
A third plane, Regis says, flown into the
this
towers, which is
really
nice.
something.
So no, this is what happens.
He's reporting too.
I think they showed a replay, and Regis is like,
There it
they
is.
keep showing replay. 46 planes!
Gelman, something's got to be done.
Gelman, I'm starting to think this is deliberate.
If there's one thing I know, the Pentagon is safe, free and clear.
Gelman, and one thing I know for sure, there's one person who can answer, just Peter Boyle. He'll be joining us next.
3 planes. How many, Gilman? 2 or 3?
We don't know. Right now, that was a replay
Gelman's
of the...
Yeah, that was a replay of the second one.
3 planes!
All right, let's see what Deborah Messing has to say about all this.
Into the other tower. Wow, I just can't believe what's happening here.
Why don't we go to commercial right now?
Why don't we go to a commercial and regroup and
There's his producer
get
chops.
the story straight, okay? We'll be right back.
And I don't think you see that show for a week. I think, as I recall,
That makes sense.
everything was dark for, like, it was just all news all the time.
Yeah.
For, like, I think September 18th was when some shows started coming back on that following
Yeah.
Monday. So there you go.
Is Gelman still the producer of Kelly and whatever the fuck it is now?
I believe so.
I think he is.
Sad question that was to ask. You almost seemed embarrassed asking it.
I thought it would really get some conversation going.
You were almost like, it was almost like the first time we'd ever met. You were that meek asking that question. Even your face was like, your microphone was like half your face was hiding.
Like we're just in an airport. I'm checking my watch.
Gelman,
Gelman,
do you think anybody's asked that question to anybody else who has a penis? Go right away, of course, calling. I think he is. It's the most active calling he's been in 6 months.
Thank you, Dave.
If we talked about Gelman on the show, Colleen would still be here. Book Gelman, Dave. Give your last guest.
Runs every piece of that show runs through Gilman.
Thank you.
Is that true?
Yes.
A third plane.
Whoa.
That was a replay, Reg. Okay. Well, all right.
It's almost like the jerk. Like, they're not shooting at Ken.
That's right. That's right.
Someone tell him to look out over there.
Jesus. Well, we beat the rain last night. That's for sure.
This northeast weather.
Poor Reg. It's mean. Anyway. All right. Anything else, boys? Dave? I almost called him Gelman. I'm going to call him Gelman from now on.
And, that would be nice. I think that adds to your score.
That's actually not bad. How about Gelman if he came in? I'm like, would you give him a chance?
I'd love it.
Okay. Is he still working or no? Do you know?
Well, I've heard rumors. According to Dave, I think he is.
Oh, geez. All right. Anyway, what else, boys?
I had one more kind of bloggy story. John Rich actually wrote this one. It was about a Nantucket doctor with terminal stage 4 cancer that had this wild boat party get absolutely busted. Just felt like Breaking Bad kind of vibes there. It was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Outside that, there was also a wild sexting screenshot.
That felt fake to me, though. It felt like somebody was doing that to get, like, their buddy was behind. And that one of the Lions game?
Yeah.
Talk about pissing on each other or something? I don't know. I know you're a wild man, Coleman, but you're not that, are you?
Oh, no, never a piss guy. No. Okay. It's like the feet guys. I'm not a feet guy.
Attaboy. See that, Dave?
No.
That's some good move, Mike.
Smart
That's
play.
vibe,
Smart.
yeah.
Very smart.
We hate feet. That's good.
Yeah, no, it's weird.
Good move.
I'll tell you what I like about Gelman over here.
Yeah.
Is that he said, I've got one more story. And when he didn't like it, and he's like, well, how about this? Yeah. He just had another one ready.
I want to put Regis through different parts of, like, history now. 46 bombs at the finish line?
Kennedy seems to have a bit of a headache.
He's been shot 26 times. The Challenger exploded again?
Kennedy spilled his beverage all over the back of that SUV.
All right, we'll take some calls, I guess. If that's all right with you boys, anyway.
Sure.
Okay. BlindMike.net, Mike. Go ahead, please.
Thank you.
Stuttering John War rolls
As you
on.
mentioned, yes, we seem to be in a podcast war with Stuttering John.
He seems very worked up, even by his standard.
I've been talking about him for a year, and yesterday he popped his head up for some reason, or 2 days ago, I guess. He started getting very upset with me, and coincidentally, I don't think these two things are related. Someone started reporting my YouTube channel and trying to get it taken down. And I saw this. Yeah, say which is kind of a fun, ironic twist if he means it to be. that it is the claims I'm getting are that I am attacking disabled people.
Well, it's probably true.
So yeah, I found it interesting. But yeah, if you want to support my YouTube channel, you could kind of be, you could be there when the ship goes down. Go subscribe, and if you want to support me when I do get taken down, go to
What is he reporting? Like, what is
So I don't really know. So
if he call, whatever, contacts you, what is he saying?
So him and Kevin Brennan, Neil Brennan's brother, are trying to get like Shuli's YouTube channel taken down. It's very insulated. Yeah. They're mad at Shuli because Shuli makes fun of them and they make fun of Shuli. And so they're trying to get him struck with similar claims of like language and harassment and stuff like that. And so now they've started doing things like basically anyone that talks about them, I think they're going after. Basically.
Gotcha. I'm not a big Neil Brennan guy.
I like Neil Brennan. I thought
it's okay.
I hate what I hate about him is his last special on Netflix was very funny, but then he has to end with some cheesiness.
Oh, he did?
Like he ends with like, why do I even do this? And it's like the audience goes away. He's like, what's the meaning of it all? And it's like him in a room.
Being serious?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, really?
And his Three Mics special is kind of like that too, where there's an element of like
sadness. You go for Chappelle, right?
Yeah.
I've listened to his podcast once or twice. He had Leno on.
His Leno was good, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Well, he pretended like he was a huge Leno fan, which I do not believe.
Well, he does a decent podcast because he likes asking, kind of the way Stern does.
Yeah.
Where he likes asking people about money and shit they wouldn't otherwise talk
I would agree.
about. Yeah.
And Leno's become good at like, did we check out the number, Dave?
Yeah. Yep.
We did? Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Gotcha, thank you. Leno's become good at just going on all these shows and just talk. Like, he doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
I like that when guys get to that point.
I think Leno would be a much more fun hang than Letterman.
Way better. I think he's a better guest than Letterman at this point. Like Letterman, I think these guys still feel like they have to genuflect to Letterman.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Where Leno, it's like maybe it's because of his common whatever his act, but like they feel like they can just talk to him.
Yeah.
But Letterman's like, you treat him like he's Jesus.
That's the weird thing about Leno is like he acknowledges like, yeah, I gave America what they wanted at
he always says
the
that.
Tonight Show,
Yeah.
basically.
He's
not quite that guy, and he kind of acknowledges
right. He always said he's like people eat McDonald's, like
Yeah.
people. So I give him McDonald's every night, and it worked. He made fucking hundreds of millions of dollars, which is crazy. Ugh. Are they loaded up, Coleman? All right, we'll take some calls. Good morning.
There's an eagle in the producer's booth. Take a bow.
Hello, Meter. How are you?
Kirk, there's only one way to deal with a tough loss at Chestnut Hill the other day, and that is to take an assful of Pete Cronin and a mouthful of Scott Mutrid.
Okay.
John Wallach's got you next to the top of the hour. For now, I'm John Lita Perrell, and that's The Flash.
Thank you, Meter.
You're getting double penetrated in the booth?
I actually heard a little bit of Meter. I actually listened to Meter a little bit driving because the game was close. And they have a guy with the last name Bond on BC, a wide receiver, Coleman?
Bond. Oh, right. I'm forgetting his first name.
Doesn't matter. Stephen Bond, I think, maybe.
I've seen like the James Bond joke with
So
him.
he had a catch for like 30 yards, and he ran out of bounds. And Meter's like, whatever. Stephen Bond, 30 yards, shaken, but not stirred. I'm like, how's he shaken?
Excellent.
Like he just ran out of bounds. How's he shaken?
Stirred would actually be more accurate, I think.
I don't even understand, but you just knew he was gonna do it.
I saw Rico make a TikTok. I guess so. Travis Kelce's dating Ian Eagle. I mean, dating Ian Eagle.
That's
Dating
true.
Taylor Swift.
No, you're right the first time. I watched this on Red Zone, and I was like, what's the cheesy line going to be? I knew it was going to happen.
It's funny you say that because Rico was like, "What a pro," and I agree with him. I love that
funny,
shit. When he fits in the Taylor Swift line,
that's fine.
Blank space
right
in the end zone.
Doesn't make any sense, but kind of does. But yeah.
My favorite one was I called a game where there was a.
You called a game?
Yes.
What were you doing?
I was president or director of WZBC Sports.
Whoa, president or director? This is important.
Director. It was director.
Okay. Yeah. What is that?
So basically, I helped schedule.
I tried to lift
what's
myself
W?
up.
What's W? Is that the BC radio station?
BC Radio.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Were you doing the football?
Football, yeah.
Okay. Who's your color guy?
Actually, I was the color guy.
Who's the play-by-play guy?
My good friend Aiden Broderick. Shout out.
Shout out for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Yep. So it was a Philly special that BC ran. So I said, "You call it cheesesteak, we call it steak and cheese." Not bad.
I like it.
Not bad.
What'd you say, Mike?
If I went and found your play-by-play,
you might.
How would you react?
I wouldn't care.
If you contacted the school, it'd be okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I figured you wouldn't care.
Sure. I really don't know where it lives, but if you can, I'd actually like that, to be honest.
Does that move up a point anything, Mike, or no?
I walk out and Coleman's like, "Listen here, you pussy. Now that Kirk's gone, let me tell you something."
Break your fucking arm. Hello.
One sec, he's coming in.
Third plane.
Hello, Podcast Jesus. How are we today?
I'm fine. Are you purchasing the pay-per-view in Saco next Saturday?
I will be there in person.
Okay. You will also purchase the pay-per-view because you can watch it after.
I will. I'm going to watch it as many times as physically possible.
Will you masturbate to it?
Debatable.
Steve's
see.
going to be on there. I'm just
how good it
saying. I mean, All right, go ahead.
Well, that's actually a good segue into my call today.
Happy to help.
You must practice clairvoyance among your many other talents.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of got a bone to pick with you, and I think Jerry Callahan would agree with me.
Oh, okay.
Every time I see you in New York or on some of these podcasts, I don't understand how you can sit there so long with your legs crossed like a lady instead of having your legs
crossed right now.
Both feet
They're
on the
crossed
ground.
right now.
I love to do the crossover.
They're crossed right now as we speak.
Yeah, I don't get it though. Don't your nuts kind of get it?
No, I moved my
in the way.
No. I moved my nuts up initially. My nuts are already up.
Move your nuts up.
Like I'll do it right now.
Do the lift up.
I'll do it right now. Well, will the camera be able to catch it, Coleman?
We can try and work around it.
If I sit here in the front deck, will it be able to show or no?
Yeah.
Will the microphone make its way over here, Dave?
If you can reach.
It's very exciting.
Just catch it properly or no?
Let's see.
Dave? No.
He said, "Oh yeah."
Huh. There you go. Comfort.
I haven't done it yet. When are we good, Dave? It's the same. Can't you do it even more? Smaller, even more.
Okay.
Am I good?
Yep, you can see.
So I'm sitting here, right? So I just give it the lift and then the cross, and then it's actually perfect spot.
Okay. Okay.
Post it up.
The other question.
Yeah.
Interesting outfit call this morning. Wardrobe with the hat, with the the long sleeve, with the golfer shirt underneath. What was the thought this morning getting dressed?
Good question. Secondly, it was a weird weather day. I ran this morning before the rain really began attacking, but it's still kind of muggy out. Like it's not quite
I know,
t-shirt,
you're kind of like an
but
old,
it's
you're kind of like an old man,
you asked,
like 80-year-old.
You asked the question. Did you ask the question? I'll give you the answer if you ask the question.
I will be quiet.
Right? Okay. In honor of the Ryder Cup, which begins today on Barstool Sports, I have my my team colors to some extent. I have a beautiful pullover I got from my friends at Frankie and those guys at Foreplay last week. So I have my full golf. This would be a golf outfit right now on a rainy day, kind of day right now. I wouldn't say it's like an 80-year-old man. I disagree with that.
Well, I mean, you got answers to everything. Now it makes more sense. And I appreciate
Turn the hat
the
backwards.
explanation on
It'll look a little more hip.
you having balls.
I feel like I'm at am I at the heights with the bros at the BC game the
There
other
we
day,
go.
Coleman?
Looking Max Kellerman-esque.
Did the hat go backwards during the game or no?
You have to wear it sideways
Thanks,
for
buddy.
that.
Did the bros wear the hats backward during the game or no?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
We don't have frats though, so
How is Deion Sanders? How did Deion Sanders not get hired by? I guess Florida State's good, right? They're like third in the country. How did Deion miss that job?
That seems like maybe not. Maybe if Colorado's good for a while, he will.
He'll go to the NFL.
Yeah.
Hello.
He didn't seem like an NFL coach, though.
Yeah, actually, I had a quick question about the Ryder Cup though. In the preview, there was some Francis beef almost. Is there any kind of teaser you can give for that?
I would say definitely keep watching. All right, that's for sure. For sure. Let me see this here. Okay.
Got someone now.
Hello.
Hey, Kirk, what's going on?
What's up?
Not much. Just got a quick comment and a question. Comment. I just want to put my endorsement of Coleman. He's the only somewhat normal guy that actually has a good sense of humor. Doesn't think he's going to kill someone like Andrew Augustus. But
fair enough.
My question is about KFC. What do the women on Barstool have on this guy? His defenses of the Mean Girls and Kelly Keegs, it's like pathetic. Do they have like blackmail on this guy? Because he's just getting. I'm with Mike. KFC sucks. Gets worse and worse every day.
It's Mike Stewart.
You want to
intel on that? You want to talk about someone that changes his demeanor around women? I think it's KFC over Portnoy.
Well,
I was thinking that Nikki Glazer interview.
No question. I think he's just one of these guys. But he admits it too. Like he said the other day, he's like, "Yeah, I treat them differently than I treat men."
Yeah.
So once somebody says that, like you can't argue with them. You're like, "Oh, well, I guess."
The argument should be why.
I know, but we know why.
Yeah.
Like you would not. If Julie was sitting next to you right there, like you said earlier about Coleman and Mick.
Yeah.
If Mick was sitting next to you And Julie was saying you would treat Julie differently than you would treat Mick. You just would.
Probably.
No, there's
so,
no
yeah.
question.
No, you're right.
No, I think we're all
Yeah,
guilty of that.
Yeah. That's wrong of me, but yes.
Right, and that's why I always say, like, I try my best, but, like, you know, I think it's sexist that you admitted that and that I, well, more so that you admit it than if I admit it. I think you're sexist.
Sure, I agree. Yeah.
But,
well, that we've all known.
But it's because we know why. It's just the way it is. It's just the way. And then
the gentler sex.
Yeah, and then women get worked up. You know, I don't know. When you go at them, they get more worked up. That's
right.
true. I don't know. They're very emotional.
I'd dap up Julie the same way I'd dap up Mick.
Out of way, Coleman.
For women.
What do you mean?
I'd dap them both up. Same way.
That's what Dave does to women when they come in here.
But if you got in a passionate argument, would you be at the same level with a woman as you would be a man?
Depends, honestly. I mean,
if you argue with one of your friends or whatever, if Mick came in, you guys are screaming at each other. You think some woman, you would say you would do, fuck you, you're a fucking cocksucker, motherfucker. No way.
Not those words. No.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
That's not the way you were raised.
We could get heated.
That's not the way that Steve raised you.
That's good, you know, back and forth. That's good conversation. We need more of that in society.
I happen to agree with you, Coleman.
Yeah.
Hello.
Is that coming in?
Nobody asked him his opinion, but he felt like he had to give it.
That's good.
Is that good or bad?
I think that's good.
Good for what?
V.
It's
good V.
V, not E.
No.
How can I confuse those two?
You always say that, but
there's a third E. There's threes.
It's a big difference.
Hello.
Hey, Kirk, I'm buying the pay-per-view this weekend. No doubt about it.
Next weekend. Next weekend.
Sure, next weekend, whatever. I'll buy whatever.
That does matter.
But how are you not bringing Steve back now that you're ready to take these Minifans for all they're worth? Rightfully so. You deserve to.
Oh, believe me, Steve has many thoughts. Don't you worry. Steve has many thoughts on to bleed you idiots dry. Don't be concerned about that.
Unbelievable that 2 years ago you were like, no, I don't want to charge him for anything. Don't buy anything. When Steve leaves, now you're ready to do small. He's got to be dying. The main wire and a house. The main wire in the house, they cannot be enough. Bring back Steve. Montante's second, but you got to bring back Steve.
Yeah, or Jimmy Stewart, his DEC said. Great hire. Jesus Christ.
What's wrong with Jimmy Stewart? We could talk more Patriots.
Or Ken Laird. This is what DEC said. Like, what era? What? Hello.
Hey, Dave there?
He is in some manner of speaking, yeah.
His body is.
Yeah.
Dave, we're going to miss you. This one goes out to you.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, beautiful song.
Artist Dave? You know who it is.
Bob Seger.
You got it. We get in trouble for this or no?
I think it's distant enough. I don't know if they'll catch it. Yeah, you're good.
Title of that song, Dave?
Hold on, I'm just blanking.
How long is this process going to take?
Yeah, I got to sing it out.
It gets to the end, we're just sitting here waiting.
Someday, lady.
You'll accompany me. I love
you
that
go.
fucking song.
I can tell.
I love that song.
Hello.
Oh, did anyone call Steve Torrey by any chance? I know he was on the other night.
Oh, I think Tony Mazz might have got lost in the mix. There's a problem, Mike. We get a lot of battles right now. They fight. Hello. I'm actually scared.
So you're
of Steve
telling me
Torrey.
we shouldn't have done that bit with we pretended we just never stopped doing the show? That didn't land. It didn't work for you?
Hey, it's MHB.
It didn't. No, it didn't. It did not work. I could tell you weren't really feeling that either.
To be fair, I could you sense the frustration on the part that 36 months had gone by and he hadn't listened to 1 second of the show?
Which is fine. I don't care about that. If he doesn't listen to the show, don't listen to the show. But then, like, don't do a wrap-up show talking about who the producer should be. It doesn't make any, like, if he doesn't listen to the show anymore, that's, of course, perfectly fine. That's his prerogative. But then to do a wrap-up show, which is also, I suppose, your prerogative, and not know anything about it is just a weird listen. That's all. I found it to be obviously he's a very odd guy. I didn't make it too far in. Did you guys talk about the reviews he does, the Yelp reviews, or no?
We didn't talk about that. We talked about his Sober Buddies podcast for quite a bit. I think that the whole thing was kind of an excuse to drive traffic back to that feeling podcast.
Well, that'll work, I'm sure. Yeah, Mike, have you spoken to your former co-host?
I have not in a long time. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man? You want to get Trash Talk back together?
I miss every time I talk to Craig. I miss MHB. I think could he have?
He should produce.
Could he have produced this?
What was I heard you say this. And I remember it, but who was the crazy guy that you were talking about with Marty? Who was like a listener to the show?
Jackson. Remember Jackson?
Yes, but what happened? What was it? I just don't remember. I remember it, but I don't remember the specifics.
Well, Jackson went crazy. That was a different thing. But you went to that construction company and you talked to the manager. And basically
it was like Bill Rico, wasn't it? Or no? Am I making that up? Where was it?
I don't remember where it was, but it was a construction company.
Yeah, the guy kicked me out.
Every single employee down to... What's that?
Yeah, the guy kicked me out or whatever it was.
Yeah. Just weird campaign contributions for it. And he basically like chased you out with like a broom's handle or something like that. It was fucking funny, but... Yeah, and then Jackson lost his mind. Those are the two things. But I thought that podcast, or that could be a good, fun like segment to talk about.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome to come in anytime you'd like. But I mean, yeah. I mean, again, I have no wish. DC did something for us for the Portland show. So like, and he tweets at me once in a while. So it's like, I don't care. Do whatever you want, but you can't do the thing where you come back, do a wrap-up show about the show, then act like you're better than me. You know what I'm saying, Mike? Like, that's a weird...
Was he acknowledging that he doesn't listen to that?
No, it was like a joke the whole time. Yeah. It was like, oh, Julie, yeah, she's great. I love that famous bitch she does. And you're like, you don't listen to... I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me, but for the listener, it's weird. I thought.
Yeah. No, it didn't land. I don't think we'll do one again, but maybe I'll have Mike be the new co-host.
Well, Mike could be, Mike could be like, Mike is now, as Mike would be Belichick, he'd be Parcells.
No, wait a minute. I'd be Parcells. You'd be Belichick.
All right, MHP, we'll talk to you later.
No, you're Parcells.
There you go.
There he is.
He seems subdued in his older age now.
I miss MHP.
Yeah,
I was thinking about that.
Chemistry.
I was thinking about that when he popped up on Twitter recently. I kind of, when I started, like when I got hired or whatever, I felt like I couldn't do the show with him anymore for some reason.
I probably said
and in hindsight, I don't think he did. Because in hindsight, I was like, that was probably a mistake. I should have just kept doing it.
You should definitely use him in some capacity. Somewhere. Like, he's funny. Like, he's crazy.
I don't think he's interested in anything I talk about, though.
No, who would be?
I
hadn't thought of it that way. It's a good point. It's well said, Mike. Put that in your Twitter bio. You get,
I don't care for that.
You know, people, you get to pay for that.
You could have said, hey, sure he would be, pal. Why wouldn't he be?
I know what you're talking about. I also know why you're laughing. I listened to the Gary Shandling one. I liked it a lot.
Thank you.
No problem. It was very good.
A condensed version of the documentary, essentially. But
no, it was good.
I forgot to mention. I
just readjusted my balls, Coleman. I just did it.
Congrats. Let's go.
Well, let's go. That's right. Go ahead.
I meant to mention on the show, I was very interested in the who's the director he had a beef with? Mike
Nichols. Oh, you know who Mike Nichols is? I mean, very famous. Like famous.
I knew him when I saw him in the documentary. I knew who he was. I just don't know.
He directed The Graduate. He directed a bunch of huge movies. So
yeah.
I loved Gary Shandling so much. I went to see that movie in the theater, and it was terrible. Like, it was really, really bad. And he treated Gary Shandling like shit on that movie.
Yeah,
And Shandling put a lot of time and effort into this movie, which was terrible. And I don't think he really recovered from that, like ego wise, and like I think it just threw him for a loop that he never got back from.
Yeah, they said basically it was like the guy was saddled with Gary. Like, he didn't want Gary Shandling involved.
Yeah, I think Nichols just took it as like he needed money or something. Because I mean, he was like a gigantic figure in film history.
Right.
And for him to do that movie was weird. It actually added credibility to it. I was like, oh, he just directed Primary Colors, which was pretty good. And I thought, oh, he's doing this movie. Shandling's in it, and that Benning's in it. It was actually a good cast, and it just didn't work. Did not work. But yeah, that was a good. What's the next one?
So Mike Warnke, the Christian comedian.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Is that on Patreon though?
Yes. Yeah, it'll be out this Thursday everywhere else.
Let me go to my email.
And I think so. We're coming up on 100 episodes. I think I'm thinking the next two will be the life and career of Andrew Silverstein. Mm-hmm. You may know as Andrew Dice Clay.
Yep. We know the sound you could play for that. The guy yelled at you the whole time.
That's right. Yes. And something Norm related, I think, for the 100th episode. Not sure.
Oh, good. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I almost feel like the Norm Olmeyer battle is its own episode.
Well, we did that.
Oh, that's true.
That was the second episode we did where him getting fired from SNL.
Right. Did you do Dirty Work as an episode or no?
Possibly. I was thinking Norm Macdonald Live maybe could be an episode.
Yep,
Weekend Update could be an episode.
For sure.
Or possibly just a breakdown of I think me doing stand-up is like one of the best specials ever. So maybe that.
Many options. So go subscribe, please. BuyMike.net. As he said, we're not interested in what he has to say.
MHB specifically.
MHB. Only MHB.
Well, because on this show, MHB said he didn't like the silly. He liked your more.
He likes the politics
stuff. Yeah.
Which is not really he's kind of a goofy guy too, though.
I'm surprised by that myself.
I think that was he's a lunatic. But we like him. If he's welcome back in the world, as is anybody, you know. But we'll see. DC doesn't listen. Who cares? Hello. They load up, Coleman?
Yep. It's just on
me.
Good morning.
What's that, Coleman?
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Kirk, I have a Bruce question for you.
Sure. The boss.
The boss. Have you ever seen him perform Jersey Girl live?
I have, yes. It's been a while. It's been a long time though, and it didn't do much for me.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You can continue with your day now. Hello. Hello. 25
Michael,
points
you handsome devil.
25 points from
What'd you have
Montante.
for dinner
Mike.
last night?
25 points from Montante. It
was a rough one.
Yeah. For dinner last night, Mike. Sunday night. Football.
Chicken and gnocchi fra diavolo.
Ooh. Seems a little heavy, no?
It's a small dish.
Okay.
But yeah, it is.
It's a lot, right? I would
Yes,
think.
yeah.
It was good?
Very good.
Where'd you get it? Home or where'd you get it from?
Place in Brighton.
Place in Brighton. Where's that?
Brighton, Massachusetts.
Same with the restaurant.
Fiorella's.
Oh, Fiorella's.
Yes.
Oh, there's one in Lexington now, you know. I think we talked about this a few months
Is that
ago.
right?
I find it to be hit or miss. I
think
know
the
you like
smell
it.
of it sometimes gets to me.
Is that right?
Yeah, like I feel like the chicken parm I've gotten there before.
Yeah. It's pretty good, though. When it's good, it's good.
When it's good, yes. I can see that.
definitely.
Yeah, when it's good, it's good. But I've had some not
It's
so
a risky
great.
order, though. That could go bad. Came through, though.
It did.
Oh, good. It's good. Happy to hear it. Hello.
Hey, Kirk, Mike checking in from Stamford, Connecticut. How you doing today?
Mike, are you purchasing the pay-per-view a week from Saturday, Saco?
Is that even a question?
Well,
I'll actually be in Saco.
Okay,
so,
but again,
maybe I'll buy it anyway.
Not a maybe. You'll be buying it, or if we don't get this 5,000, I'm going to end the show. So that's bottom line.
All right.
Well, that's fair.
5,000 modest, Mike,
Kirk,
or Mike is always shooting down my expectations.
I disagree. I think that's a low.
When the show started, Coleman, the Kirk Minahan show, Mike famously said that we would not be able to sell out a Buffalo Wild Wings.
No.
Unbelievable.
True or false, Mike? What are you laughing at? It's true. We played the sound.
I suppose
it's
that's
very
true.
Mike's a small dreams guy.
The Mean Girls went on a cross country tour.
This was before. This was a different time,
This
Coleman.
is the Kirk Minahan show. Come on.
God. For Christ's
I've
sake.
explained this.
Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, man. So huge fan of the show. I will be up in Saco, but
Great.
I will also purchase the pay-per-view.
It's very kind.
I had mentioned this to you guys before when you had one of the indoor live shows, but it didn't actually work out. I'm a drone pilot, and I would love to take some aerial video and photo at the Saco show and kind of donate it, give it to the show.
Well,
guys
I would have you reach out to our
It's
dot in the eyes across the T's person, but that's a big mystery. So I'm not going to tell you who that is because we keep it quiet on the show.
And I didn't.
Won't do it.
I think we can do it. I think we can do it for this one. We couldn't do it in Portland. Like he was going to come in with the drone and like fly it inside. So I think with this one, they probably
be a little
approve it.
easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Outside.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll put you in touch with him.
Thanks.
We also got Fasoli, drone Fasoli, right?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, he'll be there. There were drones flying around at that thing the other day at the thing with Frankie. Like 40 drones flying around. It's very weird.
Jesus.
Very strange. 40 drones. Hello. You're more of a Kathy Lee or Kelly guy.
I got you.
Mike.
Kelly. That's based on the time I grew up.
Right.
I
Yeah, I'm a
think.
Kathy Lee guy. I grew up with
God.
Kathy. What's up?
That says a lot about Mike right there.
Yeah, it is a kind of a knock. I try to let it pass.
Christ.
Yeah.
What a
That
phony.
lush. Of
what a
course you
phony
would. Of course
Kelly
you would like
Ripa
that
is.
lush Kathy Lee.
Yeah, I would.
Remind you of
Damn
anyone?
right I would.
Kelly Ripa stabbed.
To watch it with my mom, Mike.
Kelly stabbed Regis in the back.
She did.
Did she?
And Strahan, by the way.
That's right.
No, Strand left for Good Morning America. No.
Okay, Mike, keep believing what you're reading the papers, Mike. Whatever gets you through the night. What a sweet, simple guy. Mike's very passionate about Regis and Kelly.
I never realized how much I was, but it seems true.
I just picture Mike telling his eyes, like, you guys don't think Gelman's funny, but this episode's going to be very funny. Part 4 of Gelman. The Gelman years.
I know these aren't the most popular episodes, but they're always the ones I recommend.
We did Howard Stern on 9/11. Regis and Kelly on 9/11. 5 minutes, we do 5 hours. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I got two things.
Okay.
Did you watch the Rico Bosco, Brandon Walker
I did.
trivia match?
I support my teammates all the time.
Did you notice round 9, the SEC football question that was answered as Casey Clausen for Brandon Walker?
I don't recall
Anybody
it.
watch that for him typing the question in and then answering?
I don't think Rico or Brandon. Brandon, I assume that is, right?
Brandon.
I don't think Brandon.
Oh,
would,
I could see that.
I don't think Brandon would do that. Honestly,
Yeah,
he takes that very. Like, he's like me. He's sort of.
I think this season Brandon is going to become unhinged.
I don't know.
My match. I'm looking at right now. Just got tweeted out. Okay, thanks, buddy.
Listen close.
Gotcha. My match versus Roan airs September the 21st.
Okay.
So we're still a few days away from that, right? What's today? The 18th. So you have a match tonight too. Brandon versus Mark Titus and Eddie, who's a number 2 seed in the tournament versus KB.
Wow.
That's a good matchup. I noticed that the Brandon's team, PFT, Brandon, and Fran, all made it to the second round. I'm the only player on my team to make it to the second round. My team won the championship.
Yeah. What did Quiggs play?
Quiggs was not in the top 32 seeds.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm not sure how Rico made it, but that's a different conversation.
Well, he got that point. He's pretty much the reason you guys won, right?
Hello. Shut up, Mike. Hello.
Kirk, do you remember Mark Madden's connection to wrestling in the past?
Yes.
So, like, he's giving Barstool Sports all this. What?
You know what this is?
Like, he's giving Barstool Sports all the cover about journalism.
I think this is Sebastian.
Whereas he was working for the hotline.
Are you Sebastian?
Making money off
you call
lives and
Sebastian
everything.
sometimes or no?
Yeah. He announced the WCW the end days.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he was he announced the end. Yeah, he was always like around wrestling as like a wrestling figure. I think he wrote a book with Ric Flair or something. Is that right?
Yeah, most of the '90s when he was like doing dirt sheets and
I think you're right.
doing the hotline for WCW.
I don't know. He's not that kind of sense.
And you should look up the video of Tank Abbott beating the hell out of him.
It does sound like.
Give him like.
Okay, I'll give it a look.
I'll
definitely watch that. Thank you.
It does sound like him. That was a good catch.
Well, you know that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you told your parents yet, Dave, you're looking for a new job?
No, but they wouldn't even like.
Right, I figured. Yeah.
They won't notice.
No,
I don't think they know the difference between this, Jerry,
right,
Boston.com morning show.
Right. Hello.
Turkey, how you were talking about Regis? Did you like that? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And how were you good with the questions?
I was pretty good. I was like America. Like I was very into it at the start. It was a big event, and then they gave you too much of it. They oversaturated you. They blew it. They fucking blew it. Like it was too much.
That's what a lot of those games show. They did that with like Deal or No Deal.
But this
and
was
all that shit.
but this was like 35 million people watching at night. Like it was like an event. I just moved out to LA. I was living on the couch at my buddy's house, apartment rather. And we would watch it every night. It was like a huge event. We'd get our food, we'd watch it. Yeah, when what's his face won? John Carpenter, right? Was he the first?
Is that the guy that called his dad?
Yeah, with the laughing.
Yeah.
Huge event. But then it just became, but I think Meredith Vieira had like a syndicated version for like 20 years.
Can't be that long.
She was on for like 18 years.
When you used to look at those 50-plus magazines, I picture Meredith Vieira. She was a smoking older lady. What do you think?
I thought she was a very handsome woman for sure.
Yes.
But the over 50 ones were like, these women were not quite as well put together as Meredith Vieira. I don't think they had the money she had. There was a lot of varicose veins, huge bush, droopy tits, saggy ass. But I don't
know what's under that blazer.
I made it work. It was fine with me. But yeah. I wouldn't mind getting a few of those. If somebody wants to send them to the studio, that'd be terrific.
Yeah.
Do you ever find porn in the woods? I know that's like a thing.
Sorry?
Porn in the woods.
I've heard of this before. I had never. I guess people would hide in the woods, right?
Yeah, I guess so. It could have been.
Well, Coleman, you're a generation where you didn't have physical pornography.
Yeah, no.
Just all
force fed.
Right. What's your site? What's your go-to site?
I try not.
You try not to watch it.
No, I think it's bad for you, to be honest.
It's like Steve Jr. right here.
That's pretty good.
How about like images, like Scroller?
I mean, my buddies this weekend had a couple Playboys lying around. That was pretty cool.
We jerked each other off.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, just doing stuff.
They have Playboys hanging around the house?
Yeah, classy move.
Why?
Classy.
It was a barber shop?
No. They my buddy bought I think it's like 8 of them or something for $40 on eBay. So
Old ones?
Yeah.
Like
Like
who?
98 through like 2000.
Anybody we would know on the cover?
I know Sofia Vergara was on one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't get around to that one.
Mike's like, is Joy Philbin on it?
I'm trying to think who else was on.
Joy, what are you doing?
Joy, get out of the house. It's not playing. 98. That's interesting. All right. So, do you know Sofia Vergara was on the cover of Playboy, Dave?
I'm looking it up right now.
No idea about that.
Hello.
Well, how did they have these laid out? Were you waiting in their lobby, or what was the?
They have their coffee table, and it's just a stack of Playboys chilling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting group of guys.
Hello?
Just dudes.
All right. When I would occasionally go to barber shops, they would have Playboys every once in a while.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, very weird. I always thought that was strange. Like there are kids that go there.
Yeah.
Am I going to read it? Like I used to read. They actually have good interviews and stuff, but like what am I going to look at? Look at this woman. She's
It'd be
naked.
great. You walk into a bar and someone's peeling through a Playboy,
just jerking off. Like, But Coleman, you don't masturbate.
Occasionally, but
interesting.
But I just don't think
that's
it's,
interesting. That's very
Do you
interesting.
think pornography is bad for the brain?
Yeah,
Who's the
I
guy
do.
we had on, Mike, Dave, or Mike? Who's
Matt
anti?
Walsh.
Matt Walsh.
Who's a big deal now.
He's huge. I think he was big even then, but you're right. He's gotten bigger for
Yeah.
sure. Huh. What's your take on Coleman? I'm sorry.
No, I think we got too many pussies in society that can't talk to a woman. So I mean, by just stimulating yourself
here he comes.
24/7, you're not really.
It didn't take long, Mike. See?
I just don't think in the moment you're not going to be able to effectively,
Communicate. If you've masturbated pornography?
No, I just think pumping, not necessarily masturbating, but pumping yourself with porn online. That is just like.
Well, you won't be able to speak to a woman like at the bar.
I think a little bit of that. I think there's
Walk
no.
me through it. So Mike's at the bar. Mike's a chronic masturbator.
I think it goes.
Sure.
I think
so he
it
runs
goes
into a
even
bar. He
beyond.
runs into a woman. We'll say Mike is 25.
Okay.
And you think Mike is? How old do you think Mike is?
25.
Okay, there you go.
Thanks, buddy.
Mike's blushing.
I got you. Don't worry.
Oh, come on.
So Mike's at the bar and he sees a girl. He's a chronic masturbator
Yeah.
all the time. Watches these crazy sex scenes where guys are just banging. You know, it's fucking crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Woman, he wants to talk to a woman. What's the roadblock? in your
Gotcha.
mind?
So I'm saying it takes place even before he gets to the bar.
I got you.
If you have no reason, like if you're not going out.
Oh, no
and-
incentive. You're saying
No
interesting.
incentive
I don't
because you can
disagree
just
with
stay
this.
home and beat it and just play video games, watch endless streaming all night. Then there's no real reason to go out and meet a woman and have a lovely connection or a
Sounds
drink
so-
at a bar.
Doesn't sound so bad to me.
It's not a bad take.
Does it help him anything, Mike, or no? Where would that help him?
I think this is just him being open about this. I think is a good V.
Good
Help
V. I
his
thought that was a V. His V right now is as low as a 6, just in case you're wondering.
He's helping boost it here.
Okay. It's almost like he's doing that on purpose.
What other masturbation takes do you have?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, hello, Kirk. Oh my God. Where do I even start?
It's exciting. I know. It's exciting.
Yes. I wanted to talk about that cross the eyes Dr. T position. I wrote you the show like this very impassioned.
This could happen. This could happen right here.
And I never heard back from you guys.
What was your?
You want to do this off air?
Dave, yeah. Well, Dave, why is this on the air? Oh, we don't do this on the air. Do we? Dot the Oscar. Which guy is this? Dave, is this the guy who took pictures with celebrities or no?
No, I don't think so.
Who is this?
No, I'm not him.
Who are you? Go ahead. Make your
This
pitch.
would be Bruce, but I go by the handle Spencer.
Oh, makes things much more clear for you.
Yes, I'll hold for applause.
Bruce. You hear that? I like that. He said yes, I'll hold for applause.
Sounds a little like a young Jon Stewart. His cadence.
Or is it maybe Jon Stewart after all?
My God.
So, Bruce, what's your story?
Oh, I don't really have that much of a story or like a background.
We gotta get this guy in studio.
Position.
Yeah. Would you like to come in studio and make the pitch in person?
Oh, of course. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
What's your? How's October looking for you? Not very often. I have a good callback once in a while. Like, what's the? Which is maybe my favorite line in the history of the show.
What's October looking like?
What did anything work this week, Dave? We can just bring him in for a few minutes.
Yeah, I think you're doing maybe
Can
your
I come in on a
Thursday.
weekend? I kind of work during the weekdays.
Oh, weekends for you are better, Bruce. Okay, well, I didn't mean to get in your way as a dot in the I's crossing the T's guy. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I know. I don't want to step on you or the show or anything. I just, it'd be easier for me,
Sure.
so I wouldn't have to take a personal.
I understand, Bruce. No, I understand. No, it's fine. What do you do for a living, Bruce, if I might ask?
I drive a truck, a garbage truck, actually, for the great town of Stoughton.
That's a real job. Stoughton. No, Dave knows he probably buried some bobbies then for the police department there. What?
Oh yes, I'm familiar with that story.
What? Okay. What was your pitch to us, though? What was kind of your pitch? Like, why would you go from truck driver to dotting the I's, crossing the T's?
Well, I'm obviously a huge fan of the show, and I appreciate the work that you've done in this field, and I just wanted to lend my personality and my my due diligence to ensure that this show goes off without a hitch. Okay. Thank
you very much. People are, by the way, tweeting me pictures of my cock bulge as I'm sitting on that. I really should have thought of that.
Are you proud of it, or?
Yeah,
I was worried about that. I'll be
it's
honest.
fine. That's what it is.
Yeah.
My age,
Well,
well,
Bruce,
Bruce,
outside.
what's that?
It's cold outside.
Yeah.
Were you suggesting I have a small penis?
No,
Coleman?
never. I'm just saying the weather gets to us all.
It's nice in here today. It's fine. It's fine size. It's supposed to look bigger on YouTube. Well, Bruce, certainly, reach out to Coleman and we'll make something happen, buddy.
All right. Thank you, Kirk. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy. He seems crazy enough.
I will say I get a few messages, so I can only imagine how many you get of people saying like, "Hey, I reached out to Dave and said, I have zero experience, but I'd like a shot."
How many have you gotten those? Hundreds? I get
So
them
many.
all the time. We're like, yeah, I'm just a big fan of the show. I don't know how to fucking do anything, but I'll kill for you. I'm like, well,
I think I've even gotten some. I'm like,
really?
In any other situation of life, when does the lowest level person talk with the CEO on or even the founder of a company on a day-to-day basis?
Oh, Mike, yeah. Well, people reach out to him. They love the guy. He's an everyman. Look at him.
Hello, folks.
BlindMike.net. Go subscribe right now.
I will message you back if you message me on there. So
that is definitely true.
Yes.
That's definitely true. One or two more. Hello.
Hey guys, I just want to follow up on the porn conversation from a few minutes ago.
Sure.
So I've had an idea. I've been sitting on this idea for a few weeks here, and I apologize if you've already thought of this, Kirk. But
it's fine.
An idea that might help you separate the candidates a little bit here. So you remember a couple of weeks ago when Justin walked out, and you guys ended up watching that college girls exploited video.
It's Koji.
And,
I beg your pardon? I did not, but yeah. Oh, did we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we brought it up, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And Dave mentioned at the time that he's very easily aroused, and he was worried that he was going to get a boner in studio.
Sure.
And I thought, like we probably all did, I said, what if each candidate has to bring in a 30-second video where they try to get Dave aroused, and then we see who gets him the most aroused? And you obviously can't tell Dave to tell us the truth, so you'd have to hook him up to a heart rate monitor.
Feels, I don't know. It feels on the edge of something.
Feels like a lot.
Feels easy to execute, though.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
We'll consider it. Might be something for Saco, maybe.
You just wear sweatpants that day?
Listen, if they don't want to do it, we can do it privately in October if you'd like. Whatever.
Sure. We'll think about it. That's a fair suggestion.
They will be taking money for anything come October.
That's fair point.
Yeah, Dave hates Gus, so you can't trust him to say, his penis did move, but he's going to say he's not aroused.
Coleman, you're going to have six back and forth with this guy, Coleman. All right, one more if it's any good.
I like that Gus is sticking.
Gus is a winner. That's a Steve winner. Even from outside, Steve jumps in, and when every once in a while Steve will text me and say, "What's the password for the show account again?" And I'm like, "Oh, yep, here we go." He's in there for like 10 hours and he just floats away.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Kirk. Hey, Mike. Hey, Dave. How are you doing, guys? JJ here.
Son of a bitch. Mike, hang in there, would you?
All right.
Well, why does Mike hate you, JJ?
I don't know. It started, he accused me of being Clemmer, and he said I was fake, and he said I made up stories, which I don't.
I did not think you were Clemmer ever, I don't think.
I think you did say that at one point.
Oh, somebody said it. I thought it was you.
He hates you, JJ. I don't, but go ahead, buddy.
Hey, I had a quick question for you, Kirk. Well, first off, hey, smart move, man, on doing the on-demand for the live show.
Are you
That's gonna
buying it,
make some
JJ?
money, baby.
You going to pay it? You going to buy it for us?
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right, that a boy. Thanks, pal. I don't care what
Hey,
Mike
I had a
says.
question. I was actually calling about winning time, but you guys, I heard the discussion about masturbation and then separating producers. I thought I had a good idea for you.
Okay, one second. What, JJ? What? Yeah, well, I'm going to give you plenty of time. Hang on one second. So, I always say things like this. Who was the first guy who masturbated?
Oh, you've asked this before.
What a moment that must have been.
Yeah. And who knew? What's craziest about that is the idea of knowing to do it long enough. Like eventually something's going to happen.
She's like an animal. It's like an animal, right? She's an urge, like animals do. It must have been when man was kind of basically an animal.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of floated on and on and on.
Well, it's just an instinct. Like my penis is hard. It's not usually. I got to do something to get rid of this.
I guess, but I wouldn't have thought that. Although, you know what's funny? You know what's funny though is nobody told me about it.
That's what I was just going to say.
And I just did it. Right. I just did it.
Well, I did it wrong.
Maybe it was like a wet dream or something. You're
That's
like, I could probably
it.
do exactly.
I remember still.
Yeah.
I've told this story before. I woke up in Winchester in the middle of the night after a dream, and I was literally humping the bed, and I ejaculated.
That's what I did.
And it was shit. It was like chunky, and I didn't do it, but I walked down the hall with the shit in my tighty whities. Walked down the hallway in my parents' room to tell them that I broke my penis, and I was like 4 steps away. In my mind, I knew that
this could be good.
Yeah,
This is something-
but like
this
I
could be
shouldn't be
something
telling this piece of information.
Yeah.
You know, and then so I went back to the room and fucking just went to sleep. And I woke up the next morning.
Yeah.
By the way, I was the same age that Harry is now, so I don't like, whatever. But we talk about these things where my dad would have never, my Mike's dad never spoke to him, but I'm just saying my dad would never.
No one was having that conversation with me.
How did your mom show you?
Yeah. With her mouth. I was a pillow humper.
Yes, go ahead, Coleman.
Yes. I was going to say there were
Coleman has notes here.
There were depictions of male and female masturbation in prehistoric rock paintings.
Right.
And the Sumerians apparently were okay with it. So
I know you're a big masturbation guy, Coleman. What do you think of Dave Culline's assertion that 25% of women have never masturbated because it's, quote, too messy?
I don't know, too messy, but I don't think that number is actually that bad of a number.
Wow.
Probably because it's factual. It's data from the health administration.
How would they know that?
There was huge outrage in the female Minifan community when you said that, Dave. There was big outbursts about that.
That's because those individuals like to masturbate
those perverts
quite often.
Saying.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure, I understand.
That's true. This probably is a more sexual group.
These are
John
very
Pelletier.
Think of the effort, though. Yeah. Think of that process for a female.
Way easier for a woman than a man.
They're fucking double clicking the mouse. Like that's a process
Look
to
at their fingers. Like men, you have to clean shit up.
No, but we just accidentally ejaculated one day, like when we were sleeping, and we realized, oh fuck, I can do that.
I'm talking about a 36-year-old woman, and a 36-year-old man. Now everything's equal.
I know, but it's not
easier for a woman to masturbate.
Like when does a woman masturbate?
Is much messier.
Much messier. A girl can do it in traffic.
I think it's more common now, but let's call it 20 years ago. When did a woman masturbate? At what age did a woman masturbate for the first time?
20 years ago. What are you talking about?
I'm saying I think it's
same thing. Women go through the girls go through changes like boys do. Do you understand?
Yeah, but you just said you accidentally basically ejaculated, and it taught you how to masturbate.
I think a woman gets some feeling in that part of her body.
Yeah, she doesn't fucking squirt all of a sudden.
Well, I don't know. You have to talk to your daughter about this at some point.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't. What's fucking wrong with you? We could have I'm
serious. You have to talk about the birds. Why would we? The birds and the bees, Dave.
Yeah, but it just doesn't happen like that. All right, it doesn't happen like that for females.
I guarantee you, if there are female Minifans out there right now, Coleman, bang out leave JJ out. Leave JJ out. Okay. JJ, go ahead.
Yeah, tell you what I was going to say is ask every one of your producers. You'll learn a lot from them, what they answer, and if they're lying, you can sniff it out. Ask every one of them what's the sickest, weirdest thing they've ever masturbated over.
Okay. Coleman's not going to answer that.
Do that,
very
and then watch them squirm.
Okay, thank you. Coleman,
get ready to squirm.
I mean, nothing, I can't think of anything gross. That, grosses me out. I think in general, though, when I was younger, there was always, 2 girls, 1 cup. That was always, a thing.
Oh,
I didn't say I,
jerked off to that?
No, I'm saying I didn't. I don't think I did, but that was always one of those, classic, you had to watch it.
Right.
And that was around that time, I guess. So
limit the calls for now. If you're watching right now, I understand it's mostly a male audience. If there's female Minifans out there, call right now and see if you're right, if Colleen's right or if I'm right about this masturbation. I'm curious because, Dave, you might be right.
What were my numbers? 25% have never masturbated.
25% never masturbated. And now you claim also the teenage...
The Kinsey Institute found that over 70% of women have masturbated at some point in their life, meaning 30% have never.
But people don't answer questions
like
that.
No, that doesn't mean that.
Why? It said
it means at least 70% have. It doesn't mean
could be
30%. Yeah, it says over 70%.
Ah, fuck, my dad is wrong. Yeah.
But you stand by your statement?
I'm going to stand by it. Yeah, 25%.
I'll be curious if female Minifans are actually listening. I'd be curious because I want to know. Maybe Dave is exactly right. I don't know.
I think the learning curve for a female to masturbate is a lot more extreme than the male version.
I think it's easier.
It's not easier.
Here's where Dave's getting mistaken. I think in the last 20 years, women are more openly sexual, and it's more comfortable talking about sex for women and shit.
Right.
I don't think that masturbating is a private thing. I'm sure they still experimented in 1958.
Of course they did.
More women are clearly going to, in the future and now and everything, are going to masturbate.
No. What Mike is saying is right. I think just as many women masturbated in 1612 as they do today, except it was just taboo back then. Is that what you're saying, Mike?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, no question.
I don't agree with that.
The brain is the brain.
Don't agree
human
with that.
sex, of course.
No, I don't agree with it.
You think guys were fucking each other in 1610?
Yeah, guys fucked each other.
Of course.
Were women not aroused? Didn't?
Yeah, because they had chastity belts or something?
No, but I just think...
Coleman, any women calling you? Do we have anybody calling in?
Not exactly. We can take some more calls,
open.
but not sure if.
But women didn't accidentally have an orgasm.
Did you bang up the call? You get rid of the calls though.
There was one of them that was still in there, and then one new one popped in. So
well, let's see. We'll take it and see.
Yeah.
See what guy this is. Hello, fella.
Hey, Kirk. I don't really have anything on that topic. I just want to give you a compliment on your shirt today. You look very good.
Oh, thank you.
I like that look.
That's very kind of you.
Are you saying that post-nut adjustment? Or
he's masturbating himself. That's fine. There you go. Well, fine. Well, thanks, ladies. I guess Colleen's right.
By default.
Fine. What's that?
By default, I'm right.
I suppose so. No calls, Coleman?
No, none right now.
Fucking women. They're embarrassed, Mike. It's taboo.
Yeah, maybe Dave's right.
They better buy the pay-per-view, though.
Yeah,
it's prudes.
Masturbate to that.
That's what happens when Alex Cooper walks away from this kind of talk.
There's a void.
Imagine just sitting there. Like, just imagine that. Being a female and just sitting there with your legs open like that, and you're just like rubbing your clit the way, like, come on. That's just not, it's not the same as a guy just cranking it with his fucking hand.
What the fuck are you fucking talking?
Just
You're
think
right.
Just think of it. Just look at it.
You're right.
It's not ladylike.
You're right. It's not the same thing. You're right. It's not the
like-
same thing. You're right.
It is so much more of a process. It is so much more.
It's way less of a process.
Oh, you're fucking nuts. You're nuts.
You're thinking, okay, here's where Dave's wrong again. It's more of a process for us.
Yes.
To get them to come.
I respect the effort that
Well, not only that,
these ladies go through to pull this off.
Not only that, like a guy's done, he blows right. It's gross. You got to clean up. Like way more difficult.
Yeah, the cleanup is an added thing. For the male. Yep, you're right.
No
about
calls
that.
on this, Coleman?
Dave's like, they can never find the clitoris.
No.
That much we know.
Where are the female Minifans? Where are the female Minifans? This is disgraceful right now. It's disgraceful. Shame on them. Shame on them. It's on them, Dave.
It is.
You know?
I'm just trying to create a conversation and make people comfortable talking about sex.
Sure. No, I appreciate it.
I gotta say, I've seen these ladies at live shows. These pigs are grabbing asses. And
You're not kidding.
I mean, this is a sexualized group.
I've seen it. Trust me. I've been on the other side of it. It's not pleasant. We have anything else, fellas? Mike?
Just Blind Mike Dunn.
Mike Dunn. Okay. We're back tomorrow, Dave, right?
Oh, Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, we're not here tomorrow. Wednesday with who? Mick and John Scranton?
Nope. Montante and then Daver and Danny.
When's it John Scranton?
Thursday.
That's John Scranton. Mick on Thursday?
Yep.
And Josh and Augustus, we think, on Friday?
Oh, was Augustus confirmed?
Is that what we said or no? Didn't you say that? Am I wrong? I'm sorry.
You may have said that. I might have missed it.
Oh, I thought you said he was available.
Just Josh.
Friday. No, I don't think we can do just Josh. I think that'd be a tough sell.
Who am I in for with these people? Or no one?
What's that?
Am I not back this week? Dave said I'm not in with Montante.
Oh, that's right. We have you can come either
Thursday
or Friday.
Yeah.
The day, whatever day is good for you. I'd
John
love to have you.
Pelletier is in on Friday.
Oh, well.
Thursdays.
Talking about sexualized. You think he's still with what's-her-face or no?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
She feels like a lot of work, though.
Yeah. Imagine getting her to come.
John's getting laid. That's all that matters.
I saw that. She fucking showed me her clit. The size of the Topeka. Had his own congressman. Jesus, God. It's family bacon sleep there. But she's, all right, so she's here. Pelletier's here Friday. We think, right?
Excellent.
He's not busy putting nuts away in his grocery store, whatever the hell he does. Again, this week I saw somebody with Doritos putting bags in the grocery store.
But now it's like, as they say, when you buy a Jeep, you see other Jeep drivers.
I think there's something to that, but it's every time I go.
I saw it now for the first time. I saw it.
Well, it's not the first time you saw it. I think it's the first time you
noticed. I guess. Yeah. So I saw a Pepsi guy. And I
You
was
did?
like, whoa!
Did you
He's
say
wearing the
anything?
whole garb.
Oh,
Nope.
yeah, he's
just
got the outfit.
Stopped me in my tracks. Yeah.
Did we talk about this with Coleman the other day or no?
I think so.
What was this?
We did talk about this Coleman at the supermarket.
I don't think so.
Colleen goes to the supermarket every day, right, Dave?
Market
30
basket,
seconds, 90
right?
seconds. Yep.
He doesn't go to the market basket.
Oh.
Poor people.
He will be soon enough, though. He'll be there in November. Trust
Someone
me.
must have
Working. Colleen says he's never seen, like, you ever go there?
Right.
Yeah. You've seen this,
the
right?
packaging people,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Have you seen this?
I have, but not. I know someone had said something about how like Coca-Cola people wear like a certain thing.
Me, yeah.
Okay, I've never seen that, but I have seen.
But the
people
Pepsi guy had the Pepsi outfit on, right, Dave?
Pepsi guy had a Pepsi outfit on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen a specific tie to a company or whatever, but I've seen them like go through the aisle and like have like a chart or like a iPad thing almost. But
I like the idea of Dave walking up to the Pepsi guy and go, "Nice try, buddy. Did you enjoy the show today?" Jigs up.
Oh, shit. Yeah, what's up, Soprano caller? What's up, Kirky Walnuts? Well, Coleman, great job.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon, I'm sure. Will you be going to Saco or no?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm welcome, I would love to.
You are definitely welcome at Saco.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Well, he's in the running, right? I mean, you would have to be there.
I'll buy the pay-per-view too. How about that?
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
For your family. You should watch. It's a chance to watch you maybe get a job.
Definitely. Could be awesome.
How often can you say that? All right, so we're back Wednesday with... All right, so will pay-per-views... Do you think stuff on Wednesday, Dave, or no?
Yeah, I'm just waiting on them to build a website for it, and that would just be for pre-sales for the pay-per-view. So, yeah.
It feels like people are into it,
Yeah.
which is good. Yeah, good. Excellent. So that's good. All right, so we're back Wednesday, and then we have shows the rest of the week. Ryder Cup today, 2 o'clock. I think it's early, right?
Yep.
I think it's just the draft today. I don't know if there's an actual match or not. I don't know that.
But 2 o'clock every day this week, right?
Is that what it is?
Except for Friday. I think it's Monday through Thursday.
Monday through Thursday, okay. Then my match would be tomorrow, but watch it today. It's actually pretty good. And then trivia all week with Jeff and all that stuff. And then we're back Wednesday. No show tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. Coleman, thank you. Dave, thank you. Mike, go to